right, so prices in bullish momentum. Clear to see on a chart chat that we're putting in higher highs and higher lows. So we're respecting previous lows on the 5-minute chart.
The D-Money Show.
Out of that trade chat for 20 points, you're seeing it live here on YouTube. D-Money, who's rocking like us? Riding the EMAs. We're putting in higher highs and higher lows. So we're respecting previous lows on the 5-minute chart, kind of map those out. You can see how every time price puts in a low. So I would not be surprised if 26,000 level gets taken today. It's your wrong, baby. I'm back in the VDH. I'm feeling good. The next candles continue to grind higher to the upside. I wrote this momentum up to the 900.
This is the year 2026 and I'm trying to make a little money.
All right, guys, drop a W in the chat for that. Who made money on that trade? Let's go. All right, guys, there's 20 points. That boy good. That boy good. Tune in, guys, Monday through Friday, live from the VDH, the D-Money Show. Let's go. All right, so prices in bullish momentum. Clear to see on a chart chat.
Yo. What up? We are back. It's Friday. Man, oh man. Already, I feel like the week flew by. Maybe it's just me, chat. But either way, we are back. Good morning. Ginger said she's ready to roll. She has her coffee, guys. So we don't know if it's a little something extra in the coffee, but we're going to find out today. Don't you worry. We're going to do some investigative work. JK, guys. We don't want anybody calling the authorities on us. So, JK.
No cookies.
Oh, man. Shout out to Tony Snow. Tony Snow said so. I like that username there, sir. So, first like and comment of the day. I appreciate the support. You gotta love it. James Hannah Fool. James Hannah Ford, 1571. We're out here. Yeah, we are. We're here. It's Friday. We're gonna try to make a little money. Rick Law, what up? Midwest Traders, what up? Oh man. So apparently Trump came out, guys, and said they extended the timeline for through April, right, for Iran to make a deal, and the market apparently did not like that. So today could be cray with Lil Ray Ray. We're gonna find out. Justin 5304. Guys, come on, guys. When you write, you right. Carl 6626. Good morning, everyone. Hey, good morning. How are you? We are back. We are back officially on a Friday. Taco Trump. Oh man. John, what's for lunch? I have no idea, sir. We have not gotten to that part of the show where we discuss lunch. Sir, we are still digesting the Red Bull over here. We can't be fast forwarding, guys. Sometimes you know, the chat is moving at light speed and we're trying to ease into the session, you know. Jeez Louise. But we're gonna map out the daily candle, previous daily candles high and low. Don't you worry. You got a lot of bearish momentum in the market, chat, at the moment. We kind of just spoke about that news coming out from the White House in regards to Trump and the extension basically for Iran. So got to see how this plays out today. It's hard to be super bullish at the moment, right? When that news kind of gets released. and the market clearly is already selling off to the downside. So we're gonna map out the previous daily candles high and low, and kind of go through it and see where we're at. So yesterday's candles high was 24,421.25, guys. So, and you had your daily candle low of 23,763.25. So that's your daily candle high and low for yesterday. I kind of mapped out. Now I have to point out that we are similar to yesterday's price action, guys. So we are currently below the previous daily candles high and low. So obviously in this case to the downside. So are we in for a more extensive move to the downside? We saw that yesterday. We are hanging out below all three EMAs on the daily chart, 14, 15, 200. So for me, that's super bearish, and could be in store for more downside here pretty extensively, guys. So just kind of keep that in mind as we kind of progress here. How low can she go, right? If this continues, well, we're gonna find out. So you had some selling pressure basically that kind of stepped in to the market. We know yesterday you had a retracement back towards the 14 EMA on the 4-hour chart, and then you had follow through back to the downside. So currently in some bearish momentum at the moment. So we'll drop a poll, guys, and we'll see how you guys are feeling on this Friday. But I mean, it's hard to be bullish biased, but we know anything can happen. We're going to let the market kind of open up and pick a direction and then try to join that momentum. Make no mistake about it, guys. But a lot of selling pressure so far on the daily chart. Jillian, what up from Nashville? D-Money, hey, what's up? Javi the Great, good morning, D. Let's have a great day. Let's go. Happy Friday. Yeah, I agree. It's Friday, chat. Trying to go out with a bang into the weekend. I got my daughter this weekend as well, so that's always a party. Right? So either way, guys, 2-year-olds, toddlers, they find a way to make it a party, guys, regardless. So I think you know, even if you're having a bad day or whatever the case may be, guys, the toddler, it's hard to not laugh when you got a 2-year-old, right? They're part-time comedians. My daughter, you know, basically will just randomly start dancing, guys. It doesn't matter what's going on, right? She hears music on a TV commercial or something, she busts out the moves. So, and just little random stuff they do. So it's hard to stay in a bad mood if you're in a bad mood with a 2-year-old, chat. Jerry, she's happy. Yeah. Do you dance, D-Money? Yeah, that it has to be the right setting. I'm not gonna twerk. You know, PW busts out the twerk moves every once in a while, guys. But D-Money has to save that for a special occasion, if you know what I mean. D melting females' hearts over here. Man, I'm just being honest, chat. I'm just being honest. So we're gonna drop a poll. We're gonna see how you guys are feeling. Obviously, we just kind of went through the daily levels. We know that got a lot of bearish momentum in the market at the moment. Doesn't mean that we won't get some kind of upside, right? Maybe push, kind of gain some momentum, and then continue, you know, to the downside. We gotta see, chat. Yesterday we had kind of choppy open, and then we had Trump speaking yesterday for over an hour, cabinet meeting. We got to cover this really quick before we drop that poll, chat. So 412 yesterday, don't you worry. The market has you covered after hours. So I was just kind of vibing out with the chat a little bit after 4 yesterday, and don't you worry, guys. We had a random pop at 412 for 233 points to the upside. You gotta love that, chat. Right? Tuesday we had a pump of over 200 points as well at 420. So you get these random pops after regular market hours, you know, after 4 o'clock, which is low-key hysterical. You gotta love it. So quite a few people, it seems like that were on the stream. They took that, they caught the long. So congrats if you caught that long. Obviously at that time I'm not trading, guys, but it's, you know, very interesting to say the least that we've gotten 2 pops this week, well over 200 points after market close. So you get a womp going into the close, and then all of a sudden 412 and 420. Crazy pop to the upside. Corn Dog John, because Trump said he's pausing Iranian power plant destruction for 10 days until April 6th. Yeah, but I don't think that. So, yeah, he did. You're right on that. That's what I was kind of covering earlier, right? That it got extended back into April. April 6th is my birthday, by the way, guys. So go figure on that date that he gave them. But that's happened twice this week, chat. Right? Make no mistake about it. That you know, you have to find that kind of strange that we've had 2 pops this week after 4 o'clock, between one at 412 and one at 420 for 200 plus points, guys. Come on, man. D-Money, what is scheduled for next week? Is the GOAT back Monday? Yeah, PW's back next week, chat. Now, I'm not sure of the schedule as of yet. So I kind of mentioned that, I think, yesterday during the stream. So typically, though, PW streams the open, and then I come on after PW, guys. So either way, just keep an eye out for the channel. You'll get the notifications when we are going live, and you can obviously keep check on the page, and you have more information there. So, but yeah, PW is back next week. Gotta love it. So we're gonna drop a poll here, chat. We're gonna have some fun with the poll here, so don't be confused, guys, right? But so we dropped the poll here. We're gonna see how you guys are feeling. So we got you got 3 options, don't you worry. We got Debbie Downers or uppers. We got up Debbie Downers or chopped cheese. So we're just trying to have a little fun here, mix it up, see how you guys are feeling. Oh man, somebody said we're due for a pullback. Yeah, well, remains to be seen. We're gonna find out, chat. Don't you worry, we are gonna find out. So far, we got about 421 votes, chat. So 36% feel like we're going up. 37% feel like is Debbie Downers. So and 26% feel like it's going to be chopped cheese. So you got to love that. But you know what we need? More likes. Yeah, do me a Omega. Yeah, do me a solid, guys, if you haven't already. So we're ramping up here. We're gonna start ramping up here. We got less than 14 minutes before market open. But if you haven't already, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do, guys. So trying to keep the streak alive of over 1,000 likes before 9:30. We've had that streak going for forever ever. Appreciate the support. Looks like we're at 542 likes, chat, with 2,600 people tuned into the show. So we'll ramp up here in the next 13 minutes pretty rapidly. So you gotta love that, but just trying to keep the streak alive. The funded trader NQ. Hey DMONEY, how are you doing today? Yeah, I'm doing good. So it's Friday, chat. It is Friday. Hopefully we get some decent follow through price action today. Continuation, I should say, right, on some of these moves that kind of steps into the market. So you've had since basically 1 o'clock, guys, about a 400-point drop to the downside, right? So that's we gotta, you know, it's gonna be a little interesting because are we gonna get a push up here, maybe towards 763 to 14 EMA, and then start to roll back over, or is the momentum to the downside in the short term over and we get some kind of relief rally back up, right? So it remains to be seen, guys. So obviously that 24,763 level is yesterday's daily candles low. So if we can stay below that low, guys, that's extremely bearish in my opinion, right? Because you want to see us basically kind of break away from it, come back to it, reject it, and then continue to sell off to the downside. So if we get back inside of that, get back above 763, technically you're inside of yesterday's daily candles range. Some people like to call that, when you're trading inside of a daily candles range, some people like to call that kind of like consolidation, not a real move, right? Because it's not trending, because you're still inside of the previous daily candles like range, right? So we need to see how this plays out at market open. All right, maybe we get a pop at the open, chat, and then flush my gush. We'll see. %40 right now. 40% is feeling uppers, feeling like we're gonna go up. So 36% Debbie Downers. You gotta love Debbie Downers, guys, right? I mean, the verbiage there. We've all worked with a Debbie Downers. I know I have in the retail management landscape, guys. I've worked with quite a few Debbie Downers. So hopefully one of them came to mind when you kind of heard me speak about it. Shout out to the Debbie Downers out there trying to hold you down. Debbie Downers and Chatty Cathy's. Yeah, isn't it Chatty Patty? I've worked with a ton of Chatty Patties as well, guys. Bull's already moving. Yeah, I see that. Yep. Yes, Sirski. I see it. Nice little push up above the 14 EMA. You got about a 50-point pop currently at the moment. Krabby Patty, yeah, Krabby Patty. Oh, man. Thanks for being you and keeping the combo going all day on some chill, funny mood. Hey, I appreciate the kind words. Definitely try. D-Buddy, you have so many is M's that you need to make you need to have your own dictionary. Well, that could be in the works, sir. You never know. I told you guys there was more in store. There's more. I got more in the bag. Just can't bring them all at once. You know, you gotta debut them slowly, gradually. Oh man. I actually work with a definitely a chatty Patty, but the funny thing is her name was Patty, guys. Her name was Patty. She was my kind of like a HR manager, like in the store. And it was like really weird because she had chat like this. I don't know what the condition is, but her eye would just start dripping. Like when she was like talking, she was be gossiping about somebody, and her left eye would just start dripping, guys. Like she was crying, but it's like cray cray with Lil Ray Ray. Peppermint Patty. She's in the chat. I doubt that. I doubt that, sir. Don't wish that upon me, sir. It only happened when she was gossiping. Maybe that's the only time I really noticed it. But there was definitely quite a bit of drippage there coming out of her left eye. So yeah, very weird. She loved Disney, guys. She would her whole office was full of Disney. She was like a diehard Disney. You know, you got like the lifers, the Disney people like that. They love Disney. Like they go multiple times a year. Her whole office, guys, was full of Disney. And that was like her thing, right? She loved Disney, chat. She goes like 15, 20 times a year. Nothing against it if that's your thing. Everybody has their thing, chat. So, but that was just her. Like she would just sometimes you would go in her office and she'll have her Mickey Mouse ears on with the tears coming out of her left eye. kind of weird. Did you say drippage? Yeah, I said drippage. You heard correct. You got a pop there. 5-minute chart trying to kind of push up. Give some indications of life for the bulls at the moment. Is that going to be short-lived and we get a retracement? We're going to find out, guys, right? So we're going to give the poll a few more minutes. I like to get it around 1,700 votes. So get your votes in. You got 3 options. We got 1,211 votes at the moment. Taking my daughters to Disney for the first time in a month. Yeah, my daughter was just there last weekend, chat. So my daughter just went last weekend. Gotta love it. Yeah, we'll fix that on the Apex. Yeah, I just did it. So, would Jerome get cornrows for the summer? You never know. You never know. You got to stay tuned to find out. With my biggest hater, Jerome. If you haven't met Jerome, guys, he's my long lost cousin. So everybody's kind of, some people are confused, right? They're like, oh, who is Jerome? Jerome is my long lost cousin that I do not claim, chat. I'm not quite sure that he's family. Yeah, he claims that he is, but he's definitely my biggest hater. So you'll meet Jerome at some point. Unfortunately, seems like PW likes to have the guy around. Gave him his own shirt. I'm still trying to figure out how that happened, chat. But when I figure out, get to the bottom of it, you will know. All right, guys, so we're getting ready. We got 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. You got about 20 seconds to get your vote in for up or down at open. We've already got a pop here, so you hate to kind of see that, right? If you're looking for longs for like a relief pop, doesn't mean we can't push higher, guys, right? Because we're down over 400 points since I think 1 o'clock. I kind of pointed that out. 71 point pop, 72 point pop to the upside. Let's kind of measure this out, right? So if you go based off of the highs, overnight highs, chat, you kind of measure that out. That's where I got that from, right? So that was about a 400 point drop to the downside. So some relief could be in sight here temporarily to the upside, and then maybe continuation, right? So we got to find out. Getting ready. We got a minute. 16 seconds left. The poll is at 1,620 votes. We'll give it a couple seconds to get your vote in. 47% feel like we're going up. You got Debbie Downer 32%, and we got Chopped Cheese at 21%, chat. Need some more likes? Yeah, do me a solid if you haven't already, guys. We got to get to 1,000 likes. We are at 932 likes. We got, at the moment, 4,200 people tuned into the show, guys. And we're going to ramp up here going into the open. So do me a solid if you haven't already. Hit the like button. Trying to get over 1,000 likes before 9:30. Keep the streak alive. And it looks like we're at 989. We just hit 1,000, so I appreciate that, guys. Thanks for the support. We got about 30 seconds left. Before we open up, you would probably say back above 660 could be targeting 700 or higher. Three seconds left, guys. All right, push down. So now you see that, back above 664, we'll be targeting higher highs more than likely, guys, right? Maybe above 700, because we formed that bottom wick. You like to see that push down and then an expansion higher to the upside, right, towards 700, if they're going to get momentum in the market to the upside. So above 662, targeting 700 would be the move there, right? From a bull standpoint, you like that nice bottom wick. So we'll see what happens. We are hanging out currently at the moment above the 14 EMA chat, right? That 23,628 level. You got the 50 sitting at 23,674. So not in a trade yet, right? Just kind of being patient, guys. Trying to see how this kind of plays out, right? If we got enough momentum to kind of pop higher with momentum back above now this current candle's high, right? 664. That would be like could be a long indication there. The only thing I don't like for bulls at the moment is that we had that pop kind of like pre-market, and a lot of times that's the pop before the drop. So, and there it is. We just lost we lost the 14 EMA so far. So shorts are looking a little bit more appetizing here, guys, towards 576. To be honest, right? Because we lost that low of the 14 EMA. So just going to be patient here. Let this kind of set up. You got 2 minutes and 12 seconds left on the current candle. 5-minute chart. So if we stay below the 14, that's not great for bulls. You're targeting lower lows. You would have to be targeting lower lows. Basically, probably lower 500s. Trying a quick short here, guys. Up a few points. Let's see if we get followed through to break 574. Not going to give it a lot of room, though, but I need a break of 574 for more momentum to the downside, right? There's 10 points. Can we get more below 573? At least, right? 571 area. All right, there's 15 points. There's 20 points, guys. Let's go, baby. I want to flush here, guys, right? Let's see if we get it. All right, there's 20, 25, right at, all right, it was right at 25 points. Can we flush that low? There you go. Boom. Let's go. You got to love it, guys. Let's go. There it is. She gone. She gone to the downside. Drop a W in the chat if you took the short. You got to love that. Yes, sirree, Bob. Over 30-point winner. You got to love it. And she's still going, guys, to the downside. You got to love that. Oh, man, we saw the lows basically get taken, chat. And once I saw that 14 EMA got taken to the downside, you're looking for shorts, right? We couldn't hold the 14 EMA, was looking to go short. So you had a nice short there. And now you're just trying to be patient, see how this sets up. Maybe we get a push back up and then more follow through to the downside. But lower 500s could be in play here, chat. Towards 500 level. 5-minute ORB set. It is bearish. So nice trade there to the downside. Yes, sir. Yes, Sirski. We're gonna call it yes, Sirski. Low of the 5-minute ORB 23,556.75. You gotta love it. Got the high at 664. Rhombus, sorry, can't justify getting in before the 15-minute ORB. Yeah, that's your preference, right? Everybody has a preference. So now, if you missed the short there, guys, no issue, right? The ORB just got set for the 5-minute ORB. It's bearish, right? If you want to wait for the 15-minute, there's nothing wrong with that. I trade both, right? So now we're back below the 5-minute ORB, right? So that low of 556 got taken. Can we get a candle closure below the ORB, right? That's the question. You want to see now, because it kind of rode that momentum to the downside, guys, right? So you saw the break of the 14 EMA, and what made me a little bit more confident on that short, guys, was that we already had a push to the upside towards those EMAs pre-market, right? We had a 78-point pop to the upside, basically pre-market, and we're in the downtrend. So now I can be patient, and we'll wait for another setup. See what else I can get. You gotta love it. Do me a solid if you haven't already, guys. Hit the like button. Saw a lot of W's in the chat. Had over 30 points on that trade. This account, one contract, is up 626. Actually, right at $630. You gotta love it. So over 30 points on that trade. So we'll wait and see what else I can get here, chat. It's only 9:37. Right back inside the ORB. So we do have, let's see what we got here, chat. We got, I think I looked at this last night. I didn't see, yeah, there's no red folder, right? Now, we do have to be mindful, chat. You got some news here at 10 o'clock. So we do have revised UOM consumer sentiment, right, at 10 o'clock, as well as the revised inflation expectations, right? Looks like we got a Fed speaker at 11. You got another FOMC speaker right at 11. You got another FOMC speaker at 11:30. It says that Trump is speaking again today, chat, at 5:30. So he had a speech the cabinet meeting yesterday. We watched some of that. He had a speech yesterday or something at 4 o'clock Eastern time in the afternoon. And looks like he has something going on today at 5:30. So you gotta love that. Never fear a Trump tweet is near. When you write, you write. Uh, 5,000 watching. Yeah, we got over 5,000 people tuning into the show, guys. Make no mistake about it. 5,200 people tuned into the show. Looks like we're at 1,300 likes. Just dropped a pretty banging trade there, guys. Do me a solid if you haven't hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do. We're just out here trying to make a little money. Gotta keep the streak alive of over 2,000 likes on the morning show, guys. We've been on a hot streak, right? We've had well over 2,000 likes. Morning show over 1,000 likes in the afternoon. So we're churning and burning here with over 3,000 likes on the day. You gotta love that. So nothing to do at the moment now, chat. We're back inside the 5-minute ORB. Need to be patient here. See what sets up next. Sleepy RC, do you keep up with any of the Walmart peeps? Teach them how to trade. Man, I think I shared a story on that, guys, a little while back, right? Where I actually had a meetup with I think 4 or 5 Walmart store managers, chat, and I was trying to show them how to trade. This was like probably like 2 years ago, and believe it or not, somebody went to my boss and told my boss. It got back to my boss. They were like, "Oh, D-Money's making a lot of money trading." So it's like crazy, guys. You try to help people out, and they like somehow use it to get brownie points or something. It's like crazy. Unbelievable, chat. So he pulled me into the office. He was like, "Hey, I heard you're making a lot of money. Are you leaving us?" I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, not at the moment, but soon, hey, soon enough. Oh, man. So just looking at the reactions here, chat, you got the 15-minute ORB getting ready to set up. It is bearish, right? This is the 15-minute chart at the moment. Nothing wrong with being patient, guys, and letting the 15-minute kind of set up now. That person was not a friend. Yeah, I don't know who did it, Chad. It was like 5 or 6 store managers. So, but clearly somebody felt the need to go back to my boss and kind of do that at my boss at the time, right? And kind of do that. So, and that was right before. And it's funny, chat, because I was showing them that I had a $85,000 payout with funded futures, and I was showing them the payout, guys, like hey, yeah, this is how it works and all that stuff, right? And so they're like, oh man, this is crazy, and then it's like, yeah, somebody went back and kind of spread the news, guys. So got to be careful who you talk to about trading if you're because it could kind of, you know, put you in a situation. Just be aware of that, chat. All right, so we got about 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the 15-minute candle to first 15-minute candle to form. You got a rejection so far off the 14 EMA, so it looks super bearish at the moment, guys. Right? Let's see what happens in the next 2 minutes, but it's looking bearish. You can go ahead and map out if you decide to the 15-minute ORB, that low, right? Because so far it's intact. So typically I just go ahead and kind of stretch it to the 15-minute ORB low. 23,532 is the low at the moment. And we'll see how this shapes up in the next minute and 30 seconds. That was to get you more followers. Your boss shouldn't care, right? No, that was at the time when I wasn't streaming or anything. I was just trading. I don't know what you mean by that. All right, guys. So we got about a minute left for 15-minute ORB to be set. What time is Trump's speech live? After 5 o'clock today. But, you know, we got to be careful as far as he had that cabinet meeting yesterday, and that wasn't necessarily on a calendar, but there's quite a few people in the chat that called that out, and that's why we were able to kind of switch over and see that like live, guys. So, all right, 20 seconds left. So that low is intact at the moment, guys. So this is your 15-minute range, right? That's it's accurate now on the chart. So the high, 23,664. The low is 23,532. So that's set now. Got your 15-minute ORB. So right now we're just hanging out in the middle of the range at the moment. A lot of bearish momentum on that 15-minute candle that just kind of closed. So the question is now, does the next 15-minute candle push up, guys, and form some kind of top wick, and then expand back to the downside towards that 533 level? We're going to find out. D, do you wait for a retest of the ORB 15-minute? Yeah, so now at this point, right, since the 15-minute is set, chat, I'm going to play the 15-minute ORB now, right? Because that's obviously, the 15-minute is more reliable, guys, less fake outs, etc., right? Typically, because it's a little bit higher time frame than a 5-minute chart. So I was able to catch opening trade, right? So now I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens here, right? Are we going to get above or below the ORB? The 15-minute ORB. So we know that the previous 15-minute candle was bearish, guys, right? So now it's kind of like, if you're a bear, you don't want to see us back above 23,664. You want to see price on this current candle like put in a lower high and then expand back to the downside, right? If you're a bear. So just be mindful that the 14 EMA on the 15-minute chart is sitting at 23,651. So was this dip to 530, 532 enough, chat, for more, was that enough downside temporarily for us to get to get more upside here? We're going to find out. The 1 hour chart is trying to close. You got about 12 minutes and 43 seconds left. You got a nice bottom wick. So will they pop this 660 area, guys, and head towards 700 or higher, right? So just got to be mindful of that you're forming a pretty decent looking bottom wick on the higher time frame at the moment. So we'll see how this kind of shapes up. You definitely want to start seeing lower highs basically on the 5-minute chart, chat. So at the moment we're seeing higher highs, right? So that's not bullish structure at the moment, or sorry, bearish structure at the moment, chat, right? We just broke 2 previous candles highs on the current 5-minute candle. So if you're looking for shorts, you're looking for clues that bears are stepping back in. Well, at the moment we just put in a low, a higher low, a higher low, and we put in a higher high above the 2 previous candles as well. So there's nothing at the moment kind of screaming to get short as of yet, in my opinion. So just need to be patient. One hour candle fits in ORB. Yeah. Yep. And see that bottom wick, guys. That bottom wick at the moment is bullish, right? This is not bearish. This is a bullish reaction off of that 532 level. So that's what I'm saying, right? That bottom wick is about 82 points, guys, right back up. So that's not bearish at the moment. That's bulls clearly stepped in and were able to kind of push price right back up. So you need to be cautious of that as well. So this is like I said, this is the 1 hour chart. 4 hour chart is bearish, but it has about 10 minutes and 30 seconds left on the candle. 15-minute candles here. You got the EMA at 652. So you're watching to see, will we get some kind of selling pressure that steps in and takes us back lower? Or are we going to pop these highs at 664? Apex, no more 90% off. Yeah, at the moment, Apex is not, I think it's like 50% off at the moment, right? So, but you got other options. That you could use. All right, notice the rejection here, 950, guys. So this is that last 10 minutes of, we're in the last 10 minutes of the higher time frame candle starting to close out. So a lot of times you get that reaction back to opposite direction. So we know we had a push there and we're starting to get a sell-off right back down. So rejection off basically the EMAs. Current 5-minute candle just gave you roughly a 60 point drop, guys. 60 points right back down. So that's bearish, right? That's kind of some bearish momentum kind of stepping back into the market. You're targeting 532. This looks bearish here, guys. Back to 532 in my opinion. Quick short there for a few points I took, guys, right? Close that out. So on that drop. So just kind of riding that momentum. You're looking for 532 here on a flush because, yep, and there's more downside. There's 548, 547. Yeah. This is, yep, there you go, guys, right? So there's the drop to, yeah, there's your lows there. 540 was the low. Just kind of took a quick trade there in and out. Just on the momentum kind of built to the downside. Now, if we break 23,532, I'll be looking to probably get short again. Quick trade there, right? No drawdown, guys. Just kind of caught the momentum. See, some people took it as well. Congrats on that. But just saw us breaking these previous lows, and that was a quick in and out trade. Just saw us kind of losing the momentum to the upside, guys. So you're targeting 532 or lower, to be honest. Probably a break, at least a touch of the ORB low. And you still got 2 minutes left, so there's a lot that can happen in the last 2 minutes here before these candles close out. Caught 11 points. Nice. Yeah, that was a quick just in and out, guys. Nothing too crazy there, right? I wasn't going to hold it because the momentum already kind of picked up on me and was leaving without me. So that was just a quick in and out trade. So just saw the momentum kind of building to the downside. But wouldn't be surprised if we dropped below 532. Here it is, right? There you go. So if you took that short, congrats, guys. Right? There's the break. There's 522, actually. 10 points lower than the ORB. You got to love it. Saw the momentum building there. Quick in and out. Counts up now 765. Right, so we'll see what else we can get. Got 20 points. Nice. Yeah, if you took that short, drop a W in the chat, guys. That was a nice little short there, especially if you held to at least 532 or lower. You gotta love that. Ran out of momentum at that 14 EMA. So let's see how this, I'll be interested to see how the 1 hour candle closes. Because remember, chat, that 1 hour candle, remember it was looking pretty bullish. Look at it now, chat. Look at the 1 hour candle now. See how heavy it is? Like, and you got 5 minutes, a little bit over 5 minutes left. So if you haven't already, do me a solid, hit the like button, chat. We got to get over 2,000 likes here. Looks like we got 55, almost 5,600 people tuned into the show, chat. And you're below the ORB again. A lot of bearish momentum in the market, guys. Nothing at the moment saying to get long. So you're targeting below 500 here. Because right, and we just got down to 23,504. Broke below the ORB. 15-minute ORB, right? So pretty clean break there to the downside, guys. No need to be trying to pick a bottom here, right? You got to kind of let the momentum kind of play out. Daily chart, looking to the left, I mean, you got to any kind of, guys, you got to 23,300 level, right? Minimum. So this could really get going here to the downside if they really want to push this thing. So just be cautious of that. We do have 10 o'clock news, so it's maybe smart if you didn't catch that short to maybe wait right? But would not be surprised if we get a flush McGush here. Lower 400s. So it looks like we are at 1,700 likes. Yep, there's 488. She gone. So we'll see how this 1 hour candle kind of closes out, chat. Hard to be, you know, obviously bullish at the moment. Doesn't mean we won't get some kind of retracement, guys. But to the downside is where the momentum clearly is at the moment. So we'll let the, I'm gonna let the 1 hour candle close out. And we'll see what the next 1 hour candle brings. As we struggle here to stay back above. Yep, there's the momentum here, guys. This thing is downtown Julie Brown. You gotta love this. There's 480. And you can kind of see it building, guys. So once, you know, if you kind of look at the hindsight, right? If you didn't take any of those shorts, I called out 2 actually really good trades that would have netted you quite a few points. The first trade was well over 30 points. Right? If you held that second trade there to the bottom, I mean, you banked. I saw somebody said they were up 70 plus points. You got to love that. Keep in mind, guys, the higher time frames are super bearish. 4 hour chart looks cray with little Ray. 1 hour chart fooled a lot of people because it was looking like a bullish pin bar start trying to form, and then all of a sudden, guys, they said, nope, we going downtown Julie Brown, going into the close of that 1 hour candle. So it's funny how that works, chat, right? And it's currently about 193 points total range of the 1 hour candle. All right, so here's the 10 o'clock news getting ready to come out. You got about 34 seconds left. I see somebody saying that it's going to bounce. Yeah, I mean, you can't be mistaken. That you might get some kind of retracement, right? I mean, that's normal in the market. But just, you know, you're always trying to take mental notes here, guys, right? So you see how this 935 candle kind of gave you the same pattern. Here's the news, chat. As this pattern right here, guys, where you had basically this kind of bullish push, rejection, bullish push, rejection. Pre-market, right? This is that pre-market pop of over 70 points. Huge momentum candle to the downside. You measure this out, 116 points, huge momentum candle to the downside. So you have to, right, 100 points down. This candle right here was 100 points, 107 points down, right after that retracement to the EMAs. So you're kind of watching that, chat, and you're seeing how. Notice how these momentum candles to the downside, if you're a momentum trader, that's what you're looking for, right? You want to see the size of these candles. Notice how these bearish candles are almost double the size of some of these bullish candles, right? It's double or triple the size of some of these candles. So it's always interesting when you see that. So let's see what happens. This is a news candle. Not going to touch that. We'll see what happens in the next 5 minutes here, chat. Took that pullback, got my daily goal. It's consumer sentiment. Yeah, it's consumer sentiment, guys. So yeah, this is yeah, the news here, 10 o'clock, revise consumer sentiment, chat, and revise inflation expectation. So it's not red folder, but we still need to be aware that it's a news event, right? News candle, I should say, news print. Because depending on what they, how that comes out, you could get a bullish reaction here, right? The opposite direction. You need to be mindful of that. We know that the previous 4-hour candle was super bearish, about 300 points in total range. You had this push to the EMA rejection and sell off. So is this going to kind of give you the same setup here? We get some kind of push up and then rejection and more downside. All right, so we got about a minute 39 seconds here, guys. Let's do the weather forecast. I did it yesterday late afternoon because I got a little thrown off with the Trump speech there, but never fear, the weather forecast is here. So Fort Lauderdale currently at the moment 78 degrees. Unfortunately, it's partly cloudy, chat. So it looks like at 11 o'clock it's gonna be sunny. So it's gonna be sunny for the rest of the day, starting at 11. Make no mistake about it. The high today is going to be 82, and the low overnight was 72. So there's your forecast. Looks like no chance of rain. So it's going to brighten up here pretty quick around 11 o'clock. So in about an hour, you will get that perfect beach conditions. So if you're wondering where we're trading from, I'm in South Florida. We're in the Fort Lauderdale area. You gotta love it. That's your weather forecast brought to you by the BDH and DMONEY. You gotta love it. Somebody said sports next. Yeah, I know, right? Let's go. I'm in Germany. Thanks, DMONEY. What's the weather like in Germany? RJ, DMONEY, I got 146 points done for today. Have fun. Hey, congrats. All season in Germany? Yeah, I got you. D, you've been doing them push-ups, or are you wearing a tighter shirt? LOL. You gotta love it, guys. I'm getting ready for the dunk contest. Make no mistake about it. I'm getting ready. I'm taking this serious, chat. Right? There's gonna be a lot of people watching, trying to watch to see me dunk. So make no mistake, I'm gonna be ready.
Submitting a $21.6 thousand payout tonight. Let's go, fam.
Hey, congrats. Shout out to Tanner. 21 thou. You gotta love it. Started today with $275 left in drawdown. Back to full drawdown. Thanks, DMONEY. Hey, Sean, I don't want to take credit for that. You did all the work. I didn't hit buy or sell, so. But congrats to you for bringing your account back. That's always a good feeling, right? Dr. Just John, bro, if you actually dunk, I'll give you free braces. LOL. Well, hey, we'll take you up on that, sir. Does DMONEY prefer sweet or salty? Robert, we're gonna give you a 10-second timeout there, sir. We feel like that's a little questionable. It's a little You know, it's almost a little you know, a little controversial there. So we're gonna give you a 10-second timeout. Don't you worry, sir. I think that qualifies you. So you got it. There you go. You got your 10-second timeout. You're the first person of the day. It's 10:07. What up, D-Money? Rocking with you from Hawaii. Let's go. Appreciate that. That's one of my dream destinations, chat. Never been to Hawaii, so one day. Cringy, yeah, Thomas Trades. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's why he got a 10-second timeout there. We don't know what where he was going with that. So oh man, D-Money, do you like it spicy or zesty? Yeah, we're gonna give you a 10-second timeout as well. So yeah, we know that this is about that time, chat, right? It seems like sometimes you know, after good trades, if you guys notice, I'm very observant, chat. We get a few good trades and all of a sudden, you know, people start to get they feel a little free. You know, they're looking at their profit in their accounts or whatever it is. I'm not sure, but they start to feel really good and they start to express themselves. Unfortunately, they get a little aggressive towards D-Money. So you got yourself a 10-second timeout as well. Oh man. All right, so we're just kind of hanging out here, guys, below the opening range. Candles low, 23,532. So hey, do we have enough momentum to kind of continue to drift lower? If that's the case, you want to see previous candles lows get taken out and we start respecting previous candles highs as the benchmark area, if that makes any sense, chat, right? So in this scenario, if you're a bear, you don't want us to get back above 23,519.75, guys. You want to see us basically start to put in these lower low setups and we drift lower back below 450 area. So let's see what happens. 15-minute chart right now. It is bullish. You got 5 minutes, 40 seconds left. You got a long wick top in the bottom, so there's a battle going on between the bulls and the bears. We've had quite the sell-off. We can't be oblivious to that, chat, right? At this point, because we've drifted even lower. So from these overnight highs, if you measure it to the lows, we got over a 500-point sell-off here, guys. So just be mindful of that we could be in need of some kind of push to the upside, but you're cautious either way. We know the reason that we're dropping more than likely is that Iran news that was released, right? So let's see if, and that was just saying that they have more time to kind of come to an agreement for a deal. So that means the war technically is gonna be kind of lingering a little longer here, chat, right? What is the best Trade of 8 wealth charts rhythmic? Yeah, so we only use Trade of 8 prop here at the BDH, and to be honest, even before me being a part of the BDH, I only use Trade of 8. So because I have in my case, chat, a lot of you guys are aware of that, so I've shared that multiple times. Like, you know, I trade at home on the iPad Pro because you're able to copy trade, no issues. You know, my Apex accounts, 20 accounts, no issues, guys, on iPad Pro, right? So, but before that, I had the iMac, and obviously Trade of 8 is Mac friendly, chat. So I naturally gravitated to them once I got into the futures market and stayed there. So. 13 iPad Pro. Yeah, 13 the M with the M, what is it, M4 chip. Trade trade copier. All right, here's the pushback up. This is, in my opinion, expected, chat. You got some kind of double bottom forming on the 5-minute chart right at the moment. So you got like some kind of double bottom forming, pushback up. You know, 500-point drop. You need to be aware that maybe it's time for some kind of relief rally to the upside here, even if it's short-lived. Do you need a TradingView subscription to use Tradevate? No, I mean, you can trade directly off Tradevate if you want, but if you want a chart off TradingView, you're gonna need, in my opinion, you need to pay for a subscription, because if not, you know, the data is gonna be delayed, so your price probably is not gonna be accurate. So, but if you're using a prop firm, and you don't have to get, you know, the highest TradingView plan. You can get the middle plan or basic plan, whatever they call it, guys, right? So $32 points on the way up, Dre. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that was a nice like double bottom like kind of setup there, right? So for that pop, you're just kind of watching. You know, it's time to be patient at the moment, guys, right? Double bottom is not something that's bearish. So if you're trying to get short, you know, we just broke three previous 5-minute candles highs, right? So that's not something that you're trying to short, right? However, you know, there's about a minute left on this current 5-minute candle. Need to see how this thing closes out, and that's gonna basically close out the 15-minute candle. So this 15-minute candle right now was able to put in a lower low, but it's fighting to try to get back inside of the ORB, guys. So let's see if the bulls have enough momentum to get us back inside of that opening range, right? In this case, that would put us back above 23,532. So took multiple trades, right? So took a couple trades. It's only it's only 10:14, guys, right? But they were good trades, so that's the thing, right? So the first trade was well over 30 points. Second trade, quick in and out, but you could have got well over 30 to 40 points as well. So, I mean, you know, you got to take what you can get here, guys. And you know, it's one of those scenarios where, you know, I'm just trying to take what the market's giving, and not trying to force anything. Do you prefer long big wicks or long candles? You prefer candles that have momentum, right? So this was the example that I gave, these large candles, right? That's kind of telling you that when you got 100 plus point 5-minute candles, chat, that's telling you that there's some momentum in the market. All right, so that you love that. Right now, I mean, temporarily bulls are in control, guys, at the moment, right? We had a double bottom and you got to push back to the upside, so I would not be trying to short right now. If anything, you're looking for a pop towards 550 area possibility, right? That 14 EMA on the 5-minute chart. That's sitting up here at 554. So we're right back inside so far. We're right at it, right? We'll say that. We're right at the ORB. Right at the ORB low, chat. Expecting that 532 level to possibly get tapped. Right? Doesn't mean they have to hit it, right? So just be, yep. And they got pretty close, so. But I would be surprised if we don't hit that tap to 14 EMA, right? There it is. So there's your tap of the that 555 area, chat. 14 EMA just got tapped on the 5-minute chart, because you can kind of see how we're building out. You got a double bottom here, so we're in the midst of some kind of recovery. Now that doesn't mean that it has to be long-lived. It could be short-lived, and we reject right back down. So, but however, you know, you have to acknowledge that we are currently back inside of the opening range at the moment. Somebody saying now the 50. Yeah, you're saying the 50 EMA. So for that to happen, you want to start seeing candles close above the 14, right? You need to start seeing candles close above this 555 area, not just tap it, right? They need to close above it. You need to, because, you know, the only way you're going to get to the 50 is for candles to push up there, right? So you need to start seeing candles close above the 14. But this is kind of shaping up to, you know, a recovery here happening, chat. So curious to see if we have enough momentum to close above this level, right? That's what I'm kind of eyeing, to see if we have enough momentum. We'll see how this candle closes out. We got about a minute, 25 seconds left. 15-minute candle has room to 23,600, right? If they're really going to push this to the upside. So need to see how this plays out, chat. So there's 546. They're fighting to keep this thing above the ORB low, chat. Do me a solid if you haven't already, guys. Hit the like button. We got 5,300 people tuned in. We're approaching 10:30. We're at 1,800 likes. Dropped a few good trades here. Saw a lot of W's in the chat. Trying to keep the streak alive of 2,000 plus likes for the morning show. If this is your first time rocking out with the BDH, we appreciate you tuning into the stream. We rock out Monday through Friday, no later than 9 a.m. So if you hit the subscribe button, you will get a notification. Turn the alerts on, right? You'll get the notification that we are live. And if you're a loyal viewer, day in and day out, you already know how we feel about you. We love you. All right, so yeah, market's trying to pop here, guys, right? It's fighting. So like I said, a good indication that the bulls are going to continue higher is basically a push rapidly through this 14 EMA, right? You start seeing candles close above that. You're targeting this box that I have kind of mapped out on the 5-minute chart. Puts you at like 627 area for a short-term target. It's Friday, chat. We just hit 2,000 likes before 10:30. You gotta love that. So less than an hour, guys. I appreciate the support. I don't take it for granted. Without you, there would be no me. So I appreciate that, guys. Gonna let this 5-minute candle kind of play out because I feel like we're gonna get maybe an indication of where price is headed, right? So meaning that a break above or below that 14 EMA. So let's see what happens in about 3 minutes. So while we wait, chat, let's do this because it's Friday. We got to keep the vibe alive. Where are you trading from, guys? It's the end of the week. We haven't done it all week. So where are you trading from? Pierre says he's in Iran. We got Portugal, Kansas City. Somebody said cookie time. Montana, El Salvador, let's go. Chile, Guyana, okay. Virginia, Italy, Europe, Tampa, Baltimore, Minnesota, St. Pete. All right. Kenya, Ohio, NYC, Wisconsin, Michigan, North Korea. All right. Russia, UK, Jamaica. What up? Canada, Ethiopia, Kansas City, Las Vegas. From the White House. All right. Well, hey. If you're in the White House, yeah, tell Trump to hold off his speech until after 4 o'clock, sir. DR in the house. Panama's in the house. Thailand's in the house. Trinidad. Palestine. Okay. Bronx. Alabama. San Antonio. Go Spurs, you said. Okay. All right. Yeah, the Spurs are balling. Monaco. North Korea. Austin, Texas. Dubai. Honduras. Southwest LF. Okay. Wyoming in the house. Vegas. Israel. Naples. Hialeah. Turks and Caicos. That's one of my spots I want to hit as well, guys. Definitely want to hit up Turks and Caicos. So Czech Republic. Costa Rica. Next to Trump DMONEY. Norway. Montreal. Ocala. Albania. Okay. All right. Finland's in the house. Thanks for the $2 tip there. Cancun. Iceland. Florida. What part? You got to be more specific. Davy. All right. Yeah, I used to run the Davy Target. The Davy Super Target. Sterling and what is that? Sterling and University. Make no mistake about it.
Albania.
Bangkok in the house. Key West. ATL. Vero Beach. Cape Coral. Coconut Creek. All right. Palm Beach. Arizona. Nice. All right, guys. So here's the close of Mars. Oh, man. Somebody said Kissimmee. All right. So you had the close, guys. I'm always humbled by that, guys, right? Just kind of put things in perspective that we got people all around the world literally tuned into the stream. So we appreciate the support. We don't take it for granted, chat. You had a pretty violent close right back down off the 14 EMA. So that's actually bearish, guys, right? At the moment. 5-minute candle range, roughly 68 points. We just flushed the previous 5-minute candle's low. Was not able to put in a higher high. So need to be a little cautious here as we hang out right below the ORB of 23,532. So we start to sell off here and lose these. You get back below 489. You know, you're targeting 450 or lower. Because is that a clean? Because keep in mind, chat, that was a clean touch of the EMAs. I talked about that yesterday. That you get these touches of the EMA and rejection, right off the EMA. A lot of times you will get follow through back to the downside on these retracements. So like I said, you lose 488. Look out, guys, for 454. Definitely not bullish, right? That's not a bullish reaction here. That's a bearish reaction off the EMAs. So quick stab, trying to see if we can break these lows. Gonna give it a shot here. Looking for 10 points, guys. All right, there's a flush. There's over 10 points. There's 15 points. And I'm going to take that really quick trade on the flush of that low. And because we kind of popped that really quick, chat, right? We popped that low really quick. So, but you could be looking for 450. Make no mistake about it. But there's 489. So if you took that trade, it was a quick in and out on the flush of the previous candle's low, right on the way down. So would not be surprised if we kind of get down here to 450 area, chat. All right, there's 485. She's trying. Yep, 483. There you go. So if you took that short there, guys, drop a W in the chat. You got more continuation down there to 481. You got to love it. Saw the rejection off the EMAs. Once again, you had a clean touch. Saw price starting to kind of dip lower. Took a stab at a short. It was up about 15 points. Took the quick short there. You got to love it. This account at the moment, so now we're rolling here, guys, right? So the count's up $1,085. You had pretty basic rejection off of I kind of voiced that was waiting to see how that 5-minute candle closed. When I saw that it closed lower high and swiped the previous candle's low, you're looking for downside momentum here, guys, in the market, right? So I would not be surprised if we tap previous lows down here at 454. This is the area that at the moment some kind of support. So W 20 points. Shauna trades. Nice. Yeah, you had more follow through there. And I still feel like we're going to get at least inside of this box, guys. Like, there you go. Right. There's 472. So if you held that, you're still banking here, guys. It's still dropping. You had a pretty decent reaction off the EMA. And I kind of vocalized that yesterday. When you start seeing those EMA, when price gets back to the EMA on a retracement, guys, and you get a touch of the EMAs and a rejection off of it, you're looking to get short. So there's your low, 23,475 at the moment. W on short, yeah. Do you think the 2-hour course is worth to get? Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to, if you want, PW says that all the time, chat, right? He's like, hey, he doesn't really market the course. So it's because we trade live Monday through Friday. But if you feel like you need something, you know, that you can kind of refer back to at any time and you have it locked in, then by all means. Yeah, I'm not sure about now. Is it still?
I would think so.
Yeah, we can check. Yeah, let's check real quick. $10:30 open. Yeah, I mean, when you're right. It's still 19. Yeah, so the course is still, Ginger just double check that, guys. So the course is still $19. So I mean, it's hard to not think that that's a good deal, in my opinion. Where do you get the course? Onlypropfirms.com. We'll drop the link in the chat. Chop. Yeah. So KC now. So that's why you want to try to get in you know, you're not trying to short off of this little support box, right? Because that was a double bottom. So you don't necessarily want to get short down here at like 475. You want it to be short kind of getting down to that 475 area, right? Because we know that the last time we were down here, we had a bounce. So you got to kind of be mindful of the levels that, right? Even if it's short-term support, sometimes it still holds. Doesn't mean they can't flush. Guys, we can get one, we know that, right? We can get one candle, you can get one Trump tweet, whatever it is that kind of flushes these lows, but you still have to kind of be mindful that the last time we were here, we had a bounce. So the safest entry for a short was when you saw the EMA rejection, like I kind of called out, and you saw this next candle push up and start to push down and form that top wick, right? And you're kind of getting down to that 470 area. Now, if you're shorting the retracement, like the push up towards the previous candle high, like 506, stop above 527, and you're trying, you know what I mean? Like you have at least some room to kind of play with towards the bottom of that box of about, you know, or the box where we kind of bounce from about 33 points, right? If that makes any sense. So at least you have some room, you know, if they're going to reject it to the downside. It's not looking great at the moment for bulls. We're starting to put in, you got a high up here, lower high, lower high, lower high, right? So that's bearish, guys. Even if we're getting these retracements at the moment, that's bearish. So just kind of keep that in mind, that we've seen some of this price action over the last week where you get these retracements and it's trapping people thinking that it's time to get long, but the structure at the moment doesn't say that, right? The structure here, you got a high up here, lower high, a lower high, a lower high, and we just broke so just kind of keep that in mind. That now we could be in for a range for a little bit. That could be possible as well. But I've called out 3 or 4 trades, chat, that right, at least that you could have got paid on. So don't think it's a need to kind of rush into anything. Be patient, let the market kind of set up and do its thing, and then you're looking to join in that direction. Share the link. Yeah, did we drop? Yeah, Ginger already dropped the link, guys. It's in the link. If you scroll up, I literally see it. So I see it. So she just dropped it again. So onlyprofirms.com/2-hour trading day. So the link is in the chat. Make no mistake about it. Watch the reversal pop. Yeah, it could. It could. Anything's possible, chat. Anything's possible. You all right? Oh yeah. We know what was in that. We know what was in that coffee. Oh man. Or vodka. Oh man. DMONEY, if we are heading into a range, is a top that 558 level? Well, yeah, at the moment, yes, that would be correct, right? So if you kind of map it out, if you wanted to map it out that way, you could and say like, yeah, we're in a range at the moment, right? Top of the range and bottom of the range is down here, right? 450, 452. So yeah, you could map that out. We're forming like, this is like, look, you got a triple bottom down here, chat. I mean, it's like, so we could be slowly, one or two things is going to happen, right? That's it. We're either going to get a crazy pop to the upside and we're building out some support to kind of push higher, or we're going to get more continuation to the downside if we break these lows, more than likely, right? Or maybe we swipe these lows and then we push right back up. There's a few scenarios that, could happen. The only issue here is time, chat, right? You being patient and waiting for something that makes sense to you in the market. But I mean, you got clearly like a triple bottom here forming, right? You got lows here, you got a low here, you got a low here. So that's a triple bottom. You can call it a W pattern, you can call it whatever you want, but yeah, see, you got to drop, you got to push, drop. Is this another push, guys? Back above, back to 550 area remains to be seen. You just got to wait for it to kind of play out. Head and shoulders on a 2 minute. Yeah, I don't use them, but yeah, that's tends to happen, right, on the lower time frame. KC Futures, morning D, can't trade today, but listening to you from my car. And good morning, Ginger. Yeah, we'll tell Ginger good morning. She just had a phone call that came in, but appreciate the good morning there, KC Futures, as always. Hope you're having a good day. It's Friday. It is Friday, chat. Called out multiple trades that I took. Right, so up pretty good on this count so far. 1085. We'll take it, guys, right? So almost $1,100. Not gonna complain about that. Trading one contract, so you gotta love it. It's just that right now, as long as we kind of continue to, in my opinion, chat, as long as we continue to put in these lower highs, we're gonna drop lower, guys, right, and break below 450. So make no mistake about it. That's just price action, guys, right? That's just price action. As long as we hold these previous highs up here and we don't get back above them, like we're gonna attempt to break below 450 area. And we're there we go, right? So we just broke that previous candle's low, so that support, that triple bottom, whatever you want to call it, got broken. Let's see if we get more continuation now to the downside. Just got 15 points. Let's go, Tobias. Heavy dihydrogen oxide. Caught that flush. Nice. You got a long username there, sir. But congrats on catching the flush. $18 points, nice. Caught that. 25 points, nice. 40 points, yeah. Yeah, as long as you see, that's what I've been, you guys kind of listen to the commentary, guys, right? You kind of see the structure still is, all these lower highs. So you would expect, right? If we put in a triple bottom, chat, and we can't break previous candles highs, like that's not good. Right, that's not great for long. So just kind of be mindful of that the overall trend obviously is still to the downside so far, and right, we cannot break previous 5-minute candles highs at the moment. We just haven't been able to do it. Doesn't mean we won't be able to at some point, right? But at the moment we have not been able to break previous candles highs since basically 1020, chat. So I got 15 points on your call out, DMONEY. Thank you. Hey, you took the trade, Mark. So congrats on hitting banking on the short there, right? I don't hit buy or sell for you guys, so. So remains to be seen now, right? It's hard to, there's always going to be somebody out there, chat, right? You kind of that are, I'm in a negative today or whatever the case may be. We're not a signal service, so we're here to basically kind of analyze the market, talk through why we're taking some of these trades and what we see. So obviously, if you agree with the same thought process on analyzing the market and you're taking some of these setups, it would be hard to see how you're red today. But obviously, some people like to fade, guys. Some people like to fade the BDAs. They like to fade DMONEY. And so far today, not a good idea. Bro, can Nasdaq touch 23,000? Fuck, can it? I mean, when you look at the size of this weekly candle, guys, in the top wick, I mean, it could easily touch 23,000. It just depends on if that's today or not. Doesn't mean it has to happen today though, right? So we know that we've had over a 500-point drop, guys. I called that out earlier, right? From the overnight, basically the overnight highs. We're down over 500 points at this moment. So just be mindful, chat, that we've had a lot of selling pressure kind of step into the market. D, when is the next signal? Oh man, Phil Leverett. Oh man, you gotta love it. DMONEY, is it a one-time payment course? Yeah, it's a one-time payment course.
Where is the next signal flushed?
So shout out to Phil for the $2 tip there, but we're not giving out signals here, sir. So we'll feel bad giving you a 10-second timeout because you gave us a tip, but oh man, you gotta love it. Julian, I need $70 for next payout, up or down. Oh man, yeah, well, until we start putting in higher highs, we are bearish on the 5-minute chart. That's what I see right now, right? If we can't put in higher highs, we're bearish. And I'm saying higher highs, compared to previous 5-minute candles. So until then, until that happens, in my opinion, you have to stay short bias, right? When we start having enough momentum to put in higher highs, taking out previous candles highs, then the bulls, in my opinion, are back in control, at least temporarily, chat. That's how I trade, right? That's how I trade, because that kind of keeps you at least, and it doesn't mean you're going to be right on every setup, chat, right? But at least it keeps you have a system, you have a thought process on some of these trades. One candle breaks out of the box and closes. Is it downtown Julie Brown? Could be. Probably the lower to 400 level at least, right? So we lose this box to the downside, guys. You cannot translate live stream. Just let me know when he takes a position, my friend. Oh man, like what's going on here? we got some translation for all right, there's the break of the box to the downside, guys. All right, so here we go. So like I said, you had one candle that put in a higher high, right? But we just flushed lower to 439. Right back inside of the box at the moment. We're getting close to the close of a 1 hour candle, chat. That 1 hour candle has a long exhaustion wick at the top of it currently at the moment. A lot can happen in almost 13 minutes though, so just be mindful of that. But that top wick is about 76 points on that on the current 1 hour candle. So a lot of times you do get a reaction back the opposite direction going into the close of a candle, guys. So just need to be mindful of the time that you're literally trading. Right back up, right back inside of that box. That 1 hour candle looks a little suspect, guys, because of that long wick. A lot of times you get that reaction. 4 hour candle right now as well, right? It's trying to push. Doji candle. Just be mindful of the time that you're trading. 15-minute candle right now, trying to push. So that, you know, is this simply just a swipe of that area and then a push back higher? Right back inside the ORB above 532. We're gonna find out. So guys, if you're new to Lucid, shout out to Lucid. If you're new, you get up to 50% off a couple accounts. If you're not, the 40% off all Lucid accounts is back, guys. Five more uses, right? So you get 5 more uses using the code PW. You gotta love it. So right back inside of that box, you're targeting, right? So it's looks like they're fighting to get this thing back above 500 here, chat. So, yep. So there's another basically previous 5-minute candle just got broken. So yeah, it's hard to be. So I would not be trying to short this now, guys. You just took out 2 5-minute, you know, 3 5-minute candles highs as well, right? The last 3 5-minute candles highs are taken out to the upside. So I would not be fighting that, trying to short it. So now you're right back to the 14 EMA. You got no top wick on the current candle. So 5-minute candle, right? So if we snap, so this is a make or break area in my opinion, guys, right? We get back above the previous candle's high at 523, could be targeting the top of this box at 558. If we can't stay back above that 523 area, guys, we're headed back to the downside, right? To the bottom of that box. But it's looking like bulls are in control here, trying to push this thing to the upside here, guys. Towards the top of this box, maybe 555. Going into the close of the 1 hour candle, right? The last 10 minutes, we're within the last 10 minutes of the candle closing. So the question is, do they have enough momentum to kind of keep this going, or are we going to sell back off to the downside here? So far, having a bit of a hard time kind of continuing that upside push. You got 3 minutes And 7 seconds left on the current candle. Got a pretty long wick at the top of the candle. That's not great for bulls. At the moment, right? But that could be short-lived, and they kind of yoke it back the opposite direction. Hard to be to feel great about shorts currently, guys, unless we start losing previous candle, like we get back below 508, right? You lose 508, then maybe shorts are gonna pick up steam to the downside. Other than that, longs are fighting a battle here. So that black line you see, keep in mind, chat, that's the ORB candles low, right? 23,532. So that's also technically an area where we know that we've had some we've been able to stay below it. Question is now, do the bulls have enough momentum to kind of push this thing higher? Are we going to head back to the downside with momentum here, guys? $58 seconds left. 5-minute candle. Is it going to be a flush McGush here, or are we going to get a crazy pop here to the upside? Gold is crazy right now. Chop City, yeah, it's having a hard time. It's kind of bouncing back and forth. So bearish reaction, guys, so far. But definitely not clean, right? You're getting kind of like this whipsaw action. So if they pick up momentum to the downside, you have to target the bottom of the box, 451. But it's been a lot of yoke action here. And I mean, I think the longer we kind of hang out here, guys, right? It gets a little sticky because, all right, we just rejected the 14. So in theory, you want to see us push back down and retest 450. But, you know, how big is the retracement going to be if that's the case? Meaning that we still got up to 537 or higher, right? If this is a W pattern kind of forming, then we're going to break these previous highs. Chop cheese, baby. Yep. D-Money, that long I took from 465 to 525 felt so good. Next 1 hour will open soon. I think that might break a flag I see on the 1 hour. Yeah. And that's the thing, guys. You got to realize that we're going into the last 3 minutes and like 20 seconds on the current 1 hour candle. So nothing wrong with being patient and waiting for this to kind of play out. Right now, that current 1 hour candle, it is bullish. You got a long wick at the top and the bottom, but it is bullish at the moment. So Having a hard time off the 14 EMA so far. Rejected 23,512. Understand why you exit instead of moving stop loss. Had a 20-point winner turn into a 4 points trying to move trade. Yeah, sometimes. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Got a battle going on, guys, simply put, between the Bulls and the Bears. Kind of knee-jerk reaction back and forth. So question is, will they give a crazy pop here to kind of trap these shorts, people that were trying to keep shorting this thing, right? Kind of like going into the close of that 1 hour candle, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're sitting above 543 with momentum. Because they're definitely trying. They're not flushing as of yet, but there's time left. Got about 44 seconds left, guys. Market's trying to push here to the upside. Couple seconds left, 5:11. Here's the new 1 hour candle. Will they push this to the upside like crazy, guys, and trap some people? Yes, Sirski. So you had a quick push there, right, towards 529, but then a pullback. So do they have enough energy to kind of get back up here, guys, and pop these previous candles highs? Or are they going to sell it back off to the downside? So that previous 1 hour candle closed bullish. The high was at 23,558, guys. And we're just kind of hanging out still in this range in this box. So something's coming. I will say, though, the longer we kind of hang out here, guys, that's not great for bears. That's actually better news, in my opinion, for bulls, right? Kind of building up probably for an explosion out of this box towards 600 level possibly. So got to see how this kind of plays out. And if you guys notice, this has been a pattern, right? We had a move to the downside, caught quite a few points on the move. So don't have FOMO on anything, guys, right? But it's just we've been having this kind of setup where we get a move and then all of a sudden we kind of go into a range. We get stuck in a range for a little bit, and then they have to decide where they want to move price. So these highs up here above 537 will be the area where you're kind of watching to see if they have enough kind of juice, I guess, to get us above that area, guys. Kind of take off towards 600 level. So 520 kind of hanging out, right? Bulls want us back above. The opening range. Low. All right, we're trying, guys. They're trying, right? Can they break above opening range low of 532 and kind of expand rapidly to the upside here? If so, look out towards the top of the box, 560. Or 600 level, right? More than likely psychological numbers. So Ginger, what's the next move? I know, right? Yeah. So just top of the range, guys, right? You don't want to necessarily, probably not a smart idea to try to get short here. Clearly, the market's trying to build up for what it seems like at the moment, some kind of push, right? Whether or not that gets enough follow through, we're going to find out. But we're at the top of that range. So the EMA on the 15-minute chart, guys, is sitting at 23,566. So break above that box, right? You could get a pretty quick explosion. So be careful, be mindful of that, guys. I will not be surprised. Here it is. You just got the pop to the top. Let's see if this continues. So you had a pop to the top of the box. High was 23,556. And then now you're getting a retracement back down at the moment. Which doesn't look great for bulls, right? Need to see the momentum kind of step in here, or we're gonna lose these. We lose the 14 EMA, guys, 23,516, and close below it. You know, maybe that was it, right? For the short-term push. So back inside the range for now. Nice barcode. Yeah, I know. Watching paint dry. But we know something's coming, chat, right? More than likely something's coming here. Pretty drastic move. More than likely probably building up. So just got to be patient. Counts up over $1,000, guys, right? There's no reason to kind of force anything here. And it seems like it's been kind of like the pattern, right? Like I've kind of mentioned before, guys. You get these moves, and then all of a sudden we kind of get stuck in a range. All right, so 10 seconds left. Close right at the 14 EMA. So nothing like a good barcode. But I think we're still kind of building up to pop these previous highs, guys, in my opinion. It might take a while. We know that we're down over 500 plus points, so then all of a sudden you get an explosion, right? And we're above 23,600 area. But we'll find out on the break. You know, you could be patient, sit back and relax, and wait for a break of the box. That's all. Either direction. $30-minute does not look good right now. 30-minute candle, guys. Looks horrible. So, and as of right now, we have not been able to close back above the 14, guys. Keep that in mind. So that's very interesting here, right? No 14 EMA closure above it. So the trend is still to the downside until that kind of flips the script, so to speak. You need to start seeing candles close above the 14 EMA. Now we're going to get back to the bottom of the box at 453 or lower. You're on the 7-minute. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the same. It doesn't matter. But yeah, we did. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we did close though above it. Yeah, we did close above it. Yeah. So from that standpoint, yeah. But it's not looking good, guys, right at the moment for bulls. Looking like some short, just a heavy retracement and then a drop right back down to the bottom of the box. But anything's possible, right? You could get one candle that catapults us back towards the top of the range. So need to see if you know what happens here, because this candle's hanging out below the 14. Will it stay below the 14, guys? If we get a candle closure below the 14 EMA, you're targeting possibly lower lows below 453. So if there's going to be any kind of continuation to the upside, maybe this is like a higher low kind of setup, and then we expand rapidly back up. It remains to be seen, but we're going to find out. You got about a minute left on the current 5-minute candle. And so far, you had a battle there, right? Nice bottom wick that has formed. Why can't we get that 200.1 candle in the morning? Yeah, you talking about the Trump kit? Yeah, the Trump. Yeah, I know it's crazy, guys. And that's happened twice this week. Remember that, guys. That's happened twice, so. Close below the 14. So now, is that enough to flush us lower, guys, or are we going to get a pop above the previous candle's high? So we know the bottom of the box is down here, 452. Just not looking too hot for the bulls at the moment, chat. 15-minute candle. I mean, look at that previous 15-minute candle, guys. Right? Crazy exhaustion wick. So, but is that enough to kind of flush us lower, or do we need to retrace again up here? Dig into that top wick, right? That's the question, because you got a very small, at the moment, you got a very small top wick. $24,400 next. Yeah, I mean, if we lose this box, if we lose this little box, guys, the support, short-term support down here, yeah, oh yeah, 400 for sure. Right? It's hard to think that we won't get to 400. So nothing's 100% certain, guys, but it's hard to think that we won't get to 400. Right? So just kind of keep that in mind. 15-minute chart has not had a candle that closed above the 14. Right? The 5-minute had it, but that could have been simply at the moment some kind of swing point, like lower high, and then we flush back down. So, but we're right inside the box. Just rejected basically the ORB area of 23,532. So in theory, yeah, we should test the lows down here, guys. So look out for a break of 452. Could be targeting 400 level. Got about a minute and 53 seconds left. We're getting towards the bottom of the range at the moment, guys. So another EMA rejection. $36 points. 5-minute candle. D put calls for next week 21,457. Hey, it could be possible. Could be possible. I mean, remember, we could have gap downs at open. There's all kind of scenarios that could get us there. So as we kind of wait for a break in either direction of this range, guys, do me a solid, hit the like button if you haven't already. Called out, took 3 trades, so they're all winning trades today. So the count's up right over $1,000, so we'll take it, guys, right? As we kind of wait now for price to kind of make a decision on if they want lower lows or if they want to break to the upside here. So we're not going to talk about the market manipulation pump at the belt. Yeah, I talked about it. You probably missed it. That was talked about it pre-market, right? So we had a pump yesterday of over 200 plus points, guys, at 412, right? 412 yesterday. 420 on Tuesday, we had the same pump. So go figure. So yeah, you lose this 460 area, you know, you're looking at a break of this box, guys, below 450 area. All right, so there's the break there. You're looking out for 450. 15-minute chart looks bearish. You know, if they're building up here and they're not gonna flush, so it, like, I guess more momentum to the downside, guys. You need this low gone, right? You need to take out this low. This is the low that needs to get taken out. Because if not, you know, we're gonna start kind of getting these reactions back up to the top of the range. Because right now we're stuck. Basically had a swipe here, right? So got about 110 point range that we're stuck in here, chat. So, you know, so the question is going to be, is this candle where my cursor is that the low of the session today? Is that the low of the day, right? 23,440. And we're just going to simply range from here, by the bottom of the range, and all of a sudden we're back above 532. See how we're getting this bullish reaction back up, guys, temporarily? So we need to basically lose that low. For more continuation. If not, we're headed back towards the top of the range at 553. Look at the pop here, guys. Right? Oh, man. Couldn't even switch. So that was a quick, there's your quick pop. This is, so yeah, this is rangy at the moment, guys. Right? They're refusing at the moment to kind of break this thing down. So had a quick pop right back up. Yep, there it is. So range, there you go, guys. Range bound market, you gotta love it. So range bound, there you go, guys. And we might even break these highs now. Look at it, there it is. There's the break to the upside. So yeah, you gotta love it, guys. Right? Kind of sniffed that out that we were kind of like by the bottom of the range to the top of the range. Great with Lil Ray, man. Gotta love it. All right, so now you're kind of watching, guys, right? Can we stay up? Can we get back above the top of the range, 558? We finally broke above it. Somebody said it was news, but hey, it's funny how news still kind of follows the price action on the chart. I'm not sure what news came out because I wasn't looking for that, right? I'm just looking at the bottom being kind of put in. So let's see what we can find on the news front here. So, but yeah, I just simply saw the structure, guys, right? You see how, like, I mean, it's just, this could be the low. Right, this could be the low of the day. 23,440 could be the low. Who knows? We refuse to kind of break down lower, guys, at the moment. So that's why when you start seeing us kind of pushing back up, definitely ranging, right? By the bottom of the range, sell it to the top. Sell it at the top. Crazy previous 5-minute candle, chat. That was 108 points, 109 points back to the upside. Gotta love it. Counts up $1,140. So is there more, right? Is there more? So we swept that high, but is this the move that's going to take us above that previous candle high, chat? That we just kind of put in, right? Can we get back above that high? And they're pushing. They're trying to push. Question is, do they have enough juice left? Or was that a pop and drop scenario where a lot of times you get that? Looking like they want to go to the upside here, guys. Yes, Sirski. So above 550, you're targeting 575, chat. Could be a pop here, 575 to 600, right? If they're really going to get the momentum going. So You can play it conservative. You can wait for a candle to close above the range, and then you try to wait for a retracement and then push, you know, and then kind of join the party to the upside. But nevertheless, you had a crazy pop there. Do me a solid if you haven't already, guys. Hit the like button. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. You gotta love it. It's Friday. And what would Friday be without a little range action and then 100 plus point pop on a 5-minute candle? You gotta love it. Fresh catch Friday, yeah. Long above box or long above 23,550? Well, you could. So the issue here is that if you're trying to get long here, you need a solid, you know, the conservative approach. If you're playing it as a breakout trade, you want a candle to basically close above this gray box, right? To kind of show you that it's not like a fake out, and we're gonna continue higher. So if you didn't catch from the bottom, I mean, this is a little riskier up here, right? But if we get back above previous candles highs now, right? So that 558 area, then you know, it's totally up to you, right? So how you want to play that as a breakout trade. Some people play it as a break of it. They're in the trade, right? A break of 558. You're already in the trade. Some people wait for a candle to close above it, above the gray box, and you would have got paid right there, right? There it is. There's the pop. There's the pop, guys. Who got paid? Who got paid? Who got paid on the pop above the box? Somebody said 558. Literally walked you through it. You couldn't ask for anything better than that, guys. There is the there's a 38 point pop to the upside. You gotta love it. About 40 points now. Man, oh man. So whoever that user ID was, hey, you need to play the lotto today because you caught out 558, and I kind of talked you through that, and you had the pop right away above 558. And guess what, chat? There is that 600 level that we were talking about earlier. You gotta love it. Counts up $1,445. Man, oh man. Never fear. DMONEY and the BDH is here. And hey, if this is your first time rocking out with us, we don't take it for granted. Hit the subscribe button, and we rock out Monday through Friday, no later than 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. We just out here trying to make a little money. And if you're a loyal viewer of the stream, you know how we feel about you. We love you. Let's go. Dane, we still headed up. Yeah, she gone, guys. I'm just being honest. We you know, that was just clearly at the moment, right? That was just a consolidation phase to kind of go higher. And if you kind of think back to the commentary I kind of gave, right? I literally said that, hey, if we can't, this could be the low. This low down here, guys, this was the low that needed to get swiped for us to get more downside momentum, in my opinion, right? That low needed to get taken, chat. And we could not take out that low. And once we kind of saw price here, putting in that bottom wick and pushing up, that was the momentum to the upside, right? You had that crazy pop on this candle of 109 points, 110 points. Had a bit of a retracement. New candle opens up right off the EMA. You get a small reaction, small retracement, right? And then you get more expansion back to the upside for over 90 points. Joseph, you got to understand that when I'm talking about bearish scenarios, sir, you have to be mindful that price doesn't move in a straight line. And when you're in a consolidation box, it can go both directions. So if you hear me saying that we need to take out this low of 23,440 to go lower, that's not calling out both directions. That's literally telling you that that low needs to get taken to go lower. So if you're confused on that, that's on you. But clearly there's a lot of people that understood what I was saying and they took the W there. So you need momentum. Basically, you need a break of the box to the downside to go lower, guys, right? But you have to be mindful of both directions if you're inside of a consolidation range. Once I saw we could not go lower, we start looking for longs. I literally took a long there and I took a long on a break. So you could call it whatever you want to call it, man. But you have to frame both setups if you're inside of a range, right? What needs to happen for shorts to play out, what needs to happen for longs to play out. That's how you trade a range, man. Maybe you're not familiar with that, but that's on you. like that's just right, guys. I mean, like if you got to be able to frame, because if you're a momentum trader, you're trying to follow the momentum. So if it breaks the box to the bottom, you go to Google right now and you put in consolidation range trading, they're going to tell you the same thing. So I'm not sure. Go Google it, man. This is neither a signal service or babysitting service. Yeah. I mean, yeah, guys. I mean, you got to ultimately, right? Nobody's going to sit here and hit buy or sell for you. I'm just simply kind of breaking down. I think people want you to be, want you to, only talk about one direction of the market, guys, at all times, but that you can't do that. Because the reality is, now there's going to be certain times where you're looking for long. You guys saw that today, right? I took multiple shorts because we were trending to the downside, and that's where the momentum was. But if you're in a range, like they can break price in either direction. We don't control price. We react to what we see on the chart. That's just how it is. So It's always funny when some people say that, guys. It's like, you know, but it is what it is. But hey, at the end of the day, if you made money on that breakout, guys, drop a W in the chat. I saw a lot of W's, so clearly some people are picking up on some of these moves, so you gotta love it. I've been using volume. Yeah, everybody, it's all, you know, whatever you use, guys. I'm not here to knock any indicators. Just because I don't have it on my chart doesn't mean it can't work, right? I'm not that kind of streamer, guys, right? There's different ways to trade. There's different time frames to trade. There's people that make money on 1 minute charts. There's people that lose money on 1 minute charts. There's people that lose money on 5 minute charts, right? So, I mean, you know, however you trade is how you trade. And you have to be able to flip the switch, guys, if the momentum is shifting, right? So this, like, you got to understand that. So if you're dropping here on the chart, you're dropping to the downside, guys, and we can't push lower and we start pushing back up, and you got a bullish engulfing candle on this 5 minute candle, why would you not be looking to go long? Like, that's trading. If you stay one-dimensional and you're sticking to your bias, regardless if it's the price, you know, momentum is in your direction or not, you're gonna blow account. So good luck with that, right? If you want to stay one-sided, good luck with that. I mean, that's not gonna get you what you want. That's why people blow accounts, because they're, you know, oh, it has to go down. It doesn't have to do anything, right? If it didn't break below the bottom of the box, it doesn't have to do anything. So just keep that in mind, guys. Right? So you have to be able to pivot if price pivots and shifts the other direction. I mean, that's, you know, that's you're going to get payouts by being able to do that. You're not going to get payouts by basically just saying that, oh, the market's in a downtrend right now, so I'm going to only take shorts. Good luck with that. That's just how it is. So, they watching too much ICT. Yeah, they could be watching something. But I'm telling you right now, guys, that if you only stick to one direction and the momentum is look at the size of this candle, and you heard the commentary, you can go back and rewatch it, right? We literally said, hey, is this forming is this the low of the session, right? Start seeing price push up. I mean, that's trading, guys. And the funny thing about it, it's like some people, they feel like they have to say something, right? Because it's like, it's too good. It's like, it can't be that, you know, like it's like, it's crazy, guys. Social media or online and social media sometimes is weird, chat. That's just what it is, right? You got to chalk it up for what it is. I'm glad people made money on the call out. That's all that counts, guys. So we'll move on. I'm green on the day, so I'm not worried either way, right? My account shows that I did something right, up $1,445. So I'm not going to sweat it, guys. We move on, right? That's it. Saw a lot of W's in the chat as well. Didn't call out a losing trade, chat. So I guess that was in hindsight as well, right? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. There's a reason why we're getting the views that we get. We get the likes and engagement that we get, chat. So you got to love it. Short next. I mean, you're back. The funny thing is, now we're back inside of that range. But no. I mean, at the moment for me, I mean, you had a clear rejection of the 50 EMA, but no. I personally, me at the moment, I would not be looking to get short. That's just me. Might be a higher low. Yeah, it could be. That's why you want to wait, right? In my opinion. You know, guys, chat, when I say something or PW says something, ultimately you're going to make a decision based off of your account, right? Whatever you're trading. So if you see shorts, take shorts, right? I mean, by all means, that's your choice. We're not a signal service. This is a free stream. We're not here to provide financial advice. When I see the momentum that kind of shifted and you just had a pop from the lows down here, basically of 155 points, that to me is not something that you're looking for shorts at the moment. Doesn't mean that can't change, right? Like I said earlier, once again, you pivot if the momentum pivots, right? You start seeing previous highs get taken out, guys. Like, isn't it strange that one candle took out this high, this high, this high, right? We took out three. One candle was able to take out 3 previous 5-minute candles highs. Isn't that strange, guys? So if you're trying to short, that's a little strange, right? Because that doesn't kind of agree with a short thought process that we're putting in lower highs and lower lows. We just took out 3 previous candles highs. So, but to each his own. Everybody trades, you know, there's different ways to trade. So whatever you see. I wouldn't be trying to get short at the moment. If we close back below the 14 EMA very strongly and we start taking out previous candles lows, like back below 505, then maybe we're headed back towards the bottom of the box, right? But until that happens, I would not be looking for shorts. Shout out to Makai. I literally caught a 100-point move, an 80-point move, and 2 30-point moves from just listening to UD Money. Let's go. And guys, that's why, you know, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing here at the BDH. Make no mistake about it. So, you know, there's always gonna be it takes nothing to type on a keyboard or phone, right? A comment, but until you're trading live in front of 5,000, 6,000 people and you're dropping sauce, you know, that's when it gets real, in my opinion, right? So I appreciate the kind words. Shout out to the TLR, the new TLR, for the $10 tip. I was waiting for it to kick in the audio on your comment there, the new TLR. So, but it says as a new resident ICT trade of the BDH, I would like to say that we are fluid traders that trade what we see, not what we want, and we love DMONEY, Ginger, PW, and the whole BDH crew. Hey, I appreciate the kind words. That's a great point, man. I think I couldn't have said that better than you stated that, chat. Right? You got to trade what you see and not what you think or what you want to see. So, especially as a momentum trader, right? I trade momentum. So, and I think this is a good point as well about Zen trades. I think I understand why there is frustration there by some people. You just need to realize he can't tell you by words, go buy and go sell. Just take the hint and act on yourself. Yeah, if you listen to the commentary, guys, you're gonna pick up on, and people are. That's the thing that's like funny about it, right? There's people that are picking up on the commentary and they're picking up on the keywords that I'm using. But we're not a signal service, so I'm never gonna flat out tell you to buy something or sell something because I'm not licensed to do that, and I'm not a financial advisor, right? I'm just simply basically telling you that based off what I see on the chart, why I'm taking some of these setups or why I think a certain area could be good for a long or a short, right? That's it. And I typically be like, oh, looks like bulls are in control, right? Bears are in control, etc. So based off of what I see on the chart, guys. But you still you're trading your accounts at the end of the day. You're responsible for your accounts. right? You lose an account, that's on you, right? That's not on me. That's not on PW. That's not on any streamer out there, chat, to be honest, because you decided to take the trade. So you need to, the goal of the channel, this channel at least, I can't speak for anybody else, but I know PW feels the same way. The goal of the stream is to add value to the space, chat, and we're trying to help educate the space. And that means trying to add value by hopefully helping teach people out there how to fish and not just look for a free trade signal. I know you're not a financial advisor, but are you a dunk advisor? We're going to find out. One way or another, we're going to find out, chat. D, I took the Series 6 and you do a better job than me. Cheers, my friend. Hey, I appreciate the kind words. Shout out to R Fox. We're going to say the whole I think that deserves a full user ID, sir, because you're getting a payout. D-Money, much love to the BD8 submitting for a 3K payout today. Congrats. Tobias, is everybody else's fault? It's something. Hey, yeah, you know what's crazy though, chat? On a serious note, like, and it's funny though, right? It is a funny thing. Like, I remember like starting off trading, chat, and I would take losses, and I would be blaming the market. I would be like, oh, like the market is rigged, right? The market's rigged. Like they're hunting my trade, they're hunting my stop, they're hunting like they're hunting my take profit. And you're like trading, you're literally trading like simulated accounts, guys, right? You're not even trading your money. You're not, you know, it wasn't even a live account. So it's like funny how that works. But yeah, this is why I was not looking for shorts, guys. Right? You see the reaction right off the 14 EMA pushing back up. You had the higher high put in, price comes back to the EMA, forms some kind of support, and then pushes right back up. So was not looking to short that. We did not close below the 14, right? We held the 14. We just put in a higher high as well compared to the previous 2 5-minute candles. That's not something that I'm looking to short into. The love button, don't worry. Chat, the BDH is here, yeah. We have to learn to play the game. Yeah, you got to learn, chat. Like, and by all means, that doesn't mean I'm not going to take losing trades. That doesn't mean, I say that all the time because I don't want to paint a picture that's not realistic, chat, out there. So just because you stream, PW talks about that all the time as well, chat, right? Be cautious if there's you're watching somebody. Hopefully you're only tuned into the BDH, but you know, hopefully that's the case. I don't see why you wouldn't be, but if a streamer is telling you that they've never lost an account or that they don't blow accounts, guys, they're lying to you flat out. I'm just make sure that you understand that. Maybe this is your first time rocking out with the BDH, so you know, never had a losing trade, never had a blown account. Guys, you're gonna blow accounts. It doesn't matter if you're a streamer or not. Blowing accounts, to be honest, and I hate to say this because I want it to sound the correct way, but you're gonna lose some accounts because you're gonna be wrong on some of your trades, right? If 90% or higher of people never make it to a payout, guys, that means common sense, you're gonna lose some accounts even at, you know, as you're trading some of these accounts, right? I mean, you got to be realistic. So don't think that, you know, I say that all the time. I still lose accounts, guys. PW still loses accounts. It happens, right? Anybody that's kind of telling you that they don't blow accounts or that they're not going to take losses, they're lying to you. I mean, like that's the reality. They're painting a picture that's not realistic. So don't think that if maybe you're starting out trading and you're like, oh man, I just lost an account or I got chopped. And to be honest, the last few weeks, chat, or some people will say the last few months have been really tough. And I've seen a lot of that on social media where there's a lot of people saying that, oh, I had a red day or I blew accounts, etc. It's going to happen, chat. It's going to happen, right? And if somebody's out there telling you that they're not going through that, they're lying to you. You're going to lose some accounts because you're not going to be right on every trade. And you're going to go through hot streaks and you're going to go through losing streaks. That's just how it is. Yeah, today I haven't had a losing trade, but guess what? That doesn't mean that that won't happen later today, right? That doesn't mean it won't happen Monday or if I trade Sunday night or whatever it is. It's coming, right? Losers are coming. The only thing you can do is try to protect your capital as much as possible by having at least a mental stop if you don't physically put one on the screen when you're taking a trade to kind of help you out. And you guys have seen that this week, right? So I've been rocking out for this week, guys, and last week. PW obviously was in Cali, then he's doing the race tomorrow. He's been in Mexico this week. You saw plenty of trades, guys, where I got chopped because, right? But the thing is, I'm closing some of those trades out for 10 points, 11, 12, 13 point losers because I know that the market tends to get choppy at certain parts throughout the day. That's been the norm. So I'm not going to give it a ton of room to blow my account or get back all the profits that I made, you know, during the day. That doesn't make any sense. But that takes discipline, chat, because there's a period when you're starting off as a trader and you don't want to be wrong, right? It's hard to almost accept that you're wrong, right, on the trade, meaning that it's not working out. It's going against you, right? Oh, it's going to come back, right? It's going to come back. And I kind of touched on that earlier where you have to be with a pivot in the market. If you're one directional, guys, and you're only sticking to one direction in the market and price action is telling you something different, like, you're going to have a hard time. So, and I'm just being honest, guys, with you, right? I'm just being honest. So every YouTuber out there, guys, they blow accounts. Whether they kind of voice what I'm voicing to you or PW voices to you or not, that's a different scenario. But I'm telling you right now that they blow accounts. You're going to blow accounts. If 9 out of every 10 people never make it to a payout, guys, that means it's simple math. You're going to lose some accounts. I'm never wrong unless I'm speaking to my wife. Tobias. Oh, man. You got to love it. So, if your prop firm asks you for a written description of your trading plan prior to approving a payout, what would be your response? Yeah, basically what I just kind of talked about down here. I'm a momentum trader. I'm looking for momentum in the market. Large size candles, breakout candles, higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, etc., right? Depending on the market. But you guys can see, I hope it's clear what I'm saying, guys, right? We had a downtrend here, called out shorts that I took, right? I actually took a trade before the 5-minute RB was set up to the downside because I saw us losing. We had a pump of over 70 points to the upside pre-market, right? We talked about that. Once I saw us losing a 14 EMA, got short. Saw the rejection off the EMAs again over here, got short, right? And then we saw literally, we had a double bottom back to the EMA, right? I even called it out. Hey, that's a double bottom. But then we got to push to the EMA and then we start rejecting right off the EMA, guys. That was another short, right? Because I literally talked about us having these reactions, touches of the EMAs and rejection right back down. But then we had a candle swipe of the lows, right? Below 450 area, push right back in it, start kind of building out some kind of W pattern. You can kind of see, right? This was the immediate low that needed to get swiped, in my opinion, for us to kind of drift lower. And that has not happened as of yet. So we're slowly grinding now to the upside. So you basically pivoted to longs. It's hard not to want longs after a 100+ point 5-minute candle. And that's what's been kind of playing out, right? So you got to be able to pivot, guys. That's it. That's trading. So there was your kind of trade recap for the session, right? I just kind of actually it's funny because I just talked through those trades there. Yeah, Vamos, I don't know what prop firm is requiring that, because on Apex now, if you're trading at least a new account, they don't require, there's none of that is required anymore. So Jerome has given better recaps. Oh man, you gotta love it. You gotta love it, guys. Somebody, they were like, what's your plans for the weekend? I don't necessarily, I have my daughter this weekend, chat. So she was at Disney last weekend. So I don't have, maybe hit up the children's museum with her. She loves going there. So run around and see some pretty cool stuff for the kids. I don't know about the rest of the, I don't know about, you know, obviously tonight I get her this afternoon. So we'll see. So maybe Saturday I'll do that. Not sure about Sunday yet with my daughter. So, but never fear. The BDH is here. You got PW. We'll be streaming the race tomorrow, chat. Now that's gonna be pretty cool to watch, to be honest. So I'll be definitely checking that out. What kind of baby oil do you use, D? Victor Torres. Yeah, that definitely qualifies you, sir, for 10-second time out there, sir. Just violated with the baby oil comment there, sir. So yeah, we're gonna give you. I think you definitely deserve a 10-second time out there, sir. So let me make sure that you get that there. There's your 10-second time out there, sir. Oh man, you gotta love it. What's for lunch? I'm not sure yet. JC trades Jerome for president. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know what it is, Chad. I was telling Ginger yesterday. We for some reason, you get a few good trades, you feel like people just start being, you know, feeling free. Feel like they can just drop whatever they want to drop, guys, right? They just kind of come out the woodwork and start kind of expressing, I guess, how they really feel. You gotta love it, or in my case, you gotta hate it. But how do you fight the urge to revenge trade? Blown accounts. Trying to remember, because see, the thing is, chat, it's a little bit more difficult when you know, you're in the moment, but you have to try to tap into like previous like things that have happened to you as you start kind of progressing in your trade. I've been trading for over 10 years, guys, right? So blown accounts, right? Because, you know, typically revenge trading is just gonna end up blowing accounts for the most part, right? Maybe you'll get lucky on a few revenge trades and you'll have some green, but we all know that once you're super aggressive, just trying to fight, right? Oh, I'm gonna show the market today, right? Oh, you don't want to drop, I'm going to short, right? That's kind of like the mentality I was talking about earlier, like you refusing to pivot when the market is pivoted from bearish to bullish. It doesn't even sound right. It doesn't even sound right, but people do that, right? And they're like upset when you pivot. So, but the thing is that, guys, at the end of the day, right? Revenge trading, right? Oh, you went up 100 points, you got to drop now, right? Oh, good luck. Good luck. Right? Because momentum is the best indicator in the market, guys. That's never going to change. Right? So when you start seeing these large candles, 100-point candles plus, that's telling you that there's a lot of momentum in that direction. So if you revenge trade because maybe you were short and you tried to short down here as a breakout for a break of the bottom of the box and it spiked up against you, now you're pissed off and you're like, oh, I'm going to show the market today. You're not hurting the market. Clearly, you're hurting yourself because the market's going to be here whether your account remains alive or not. So just trying to remember that typically results in blown accounts. Trump will speak to U.S. farmers at 12:30. Well, great. That's lunchtime. So you got to love that. Some bald guy got mad I called him a thumb today. Oh man, Javi the Great. Duke, I used to record myself revenge trading, then would watch it later. It was a game changer. Now that's a good point. That's a good point. When's the last time somebody put when's the last time I blew an account? I blew an account the other night, guys. I mean, like there's nothing. I was trading at night. It's trading at night for me is hit or miss, chat. I kind of shared that before. I definitely trade better during the day, and it's kind of funny because now that I stream, right? But yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm human just like everybody else, guys. And I think that's the reason why I'm kind of vocalizing when I'm vocalizing, because I don't want, maybe if you've been trading for a while, you know that. But if you're new to trading, there's a lot of stuff on social media that people are going to basically, it's easy to get caught up in what you see on social media. I was that guy. I used to see people getting, $40,000 payout, $100,000 payout. And I'm like, oh, that's what I should be getting. Even if you're getting smaller payouts, guys, it doesn't matter, right? You're building up. So it doesn't matter if you're getting a $500 payout, guys, $200 payout. You've done something that 90% of people that's trading will never see, right? So that means that you're doing something right, and you just kind of continue to refine that as you kind of move in your journey. But don't think you're not going to lose accounts. That's going to happen, chat. Oh yeah, Ginger said use the code PW. Shameless plug there. So yeah, I'm just basically, I would like to think, guys, that when you're watching me trade, take some of these setups that I try to be as disciplined as I can, guys, because I had to work on that a lot, because I've shared that even when I first started streaming at the BDH chat. The reason why I stumbled upon the 1 hour and 4 hour chart and kind of implemented that into my strategy is because I used to be that trader basically shorting at the bottom. I used to be that trader shorting down here on the lows at 23,440 and not understanding why price was pushing back up on me. And then all of a sudden we get these crazy pops back to the upside, right? So the higher time frame is going to kind of tell the story of what's happening, right? So if I take this box off and you look at the current 1 hour candle, guys, right now, right, it's only been open for a little bit over 6 minutes, right? But it's pushing down. It has a small top wick. So the reality is that I used to be the trader that, like this previous candle, guys, I'm like, oh, okay, this candle's breaking down to the downside. I just got to hold it. It's going to come back after it takes off without me. That doesn't mean it has to happen, right? When you see bullish momentum, look at the previous 1 hour candle. You got a higher low and you got a higher high. So it's hard at the moment to want shorts when you're looking at the higher time frame, in my opinion, right? Yeah, we're dropping right now, right? We are retracing right now, but that doesn't mean it has to continue. This could be simply the higher time frame forming a bottom wick, and then we start to span back towards these highs of the previous candle up here, right? And you have to kind of know that in your mind when you're looking at the lower time frame, because the lower time frame, guys, there's so many candles that it's easy to get caught in the noise and not realizing that, okay, every pullback could just be a retracement to go higher, right? Every pullback here was just a retracement. So
here, folks. Breathe it, learn it, and adapt. The market is not a joke. It will swallow you if you're not disciplined.
Hey, Marty, shout out to Marty MC Fly. You gotta love the user ID for the $5 tip. But yeah, I mean that's all facts, guys. So I had to kind of shift the way I was trading, because I used to be the guy buying, basically trying to short at the bottom, guys, blowing accounts and wondering why, right? So Shout out to Sporting Sauce. Hey D, I've been watching you for the last 2 weeks. Just got my first minimum payout. Thank you for all the things you're teaching me. Hey, man, that made my whole day right there. So to be honest, right? Because it makes you want to keep going, chat, even if you're gonna get people that, you know, try to throw shots at you, whatever the case may be. That's just social media. That's just streaming, guys, right? So, but I tell you what, the people that are dropping W's and making money, the people that are getting payouts, the people that are getting better at trading, those are the people that you keep pushing for. So I appreciate the kind words, but you did all the work. So I'm not here to take credit for that. So congrats on the payout. That's the 80% of us in here. Yeah. Yep. Hey, 80%. Oh man, you gotta love it. When you write, you right. D, can you explain about your EMAs, like one of the confluences for small time frame entries? Yeah. So you kind of heard me talk through that today. The reason for had a short here because we saw the rejection. Clean rejection off the EMAs, right? So when price is in bearish momentum to the downside, and keep in mind now, guys, right? You just had a pretty bearish close back below the 14 EMA, so that's not bullish. You're taking out previous lows as well, so all those higher lows just got taken out. So just kind of be aware of that. That we just lost the 14 EMA, and we lost that 532 area, which was the ORB low at 23,532. But so if you notice, we're in a downtrend, guys, overall, right? Overall, we've been selling off since overnight. Kind of mentioned that we were down over 500 points. So you're using the EMAs as confluence because if price is going to give you a trending market in one direction, a lot of times the EMAs are going to be respected and price will not be able to basically get back above those EMAs. So if you notice here, you had we had the short setup on the opening range trade to the downside. Price pushed up in between both EMAs, flushed right back below the 14. That was a short. You had a retracement, right? You got a bearish EMA cross. Notice how spread apart these EMAs are, guys, to the downside right now, right? They're very well spread apart, and that tells you that the downtrend is clear. I mentioned this earlier that the daily chart was sitting below all three EMAs as well. So we got a bearish EMA cross and we're below all three EMAs. So that was a lot of selling pressure in the market. So when you see price kind of respecting these EMAs on the 5-minute chart, you're looking to join that momentum in that direction, right? So you're looking for these touches though. What's been playing pretty cleanly here, guys, is like these touches, right? These touches and reactions right back down, like where my cursor is. That's the EMA touch and rejection, right? So you had the lows put in, you had a retracement back to the EMAs, and then you had rejection right back off. This was another short, right here, where my cursor is kind of moving. So you use the EMAs basically as resistance or support areas, because when the market's trending in one direction, a lot of times you'll get the EMAs to kind of respect, for price to kind of respect the EMAs, and you're looking for a continuation, right? So you want a bearish EMA cross as price kind of at least attempts right now to kind of drift lower. You want a bearish EMA cross, and then you're looking for these retracements back towards the EMA, and then you're looking for a reaction and a rejection off of them back to the downside.
Shorts make the sack smile, grin sweepy.
Gator and lighting, shorts make the sack smile sweepy. Yeah. You have the word sack in your tip there, sir. So we're going to give you a 10-second timeout just because it's questionable. We need some clarification on that. So we appreciate the $2 tip, but we're going to give you a 10-second timeout. Maybe you can clarify what you meant there. So that's a little suspect there, sir. So we gave you a 10-second timeout there. Just because you used the word sack. We can't be using the word sack around here, sir. Oh, man. DMONEY, why do you ignore a lot of the questions? Because there's thousands of questions. I can't answer every question. I think I'll be honest. I think I do a pretty good job of answering a lot of questions every day, guys. A lot of streamers don't even look at the chat. I'm just being honest. I answer as many as I can. So you can repeat your question and try to get to it, but I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm literally looking at the chart and breaking down, and the chat, you got to remember the chat is still moving because we still got almost 4,000 people in the stream and they're posting stuff in the chat. So just remember that, guys. If I don't see your question or if I don't call it out, it's not intentional. It's just that there's no way I'm gonna. First of all, I got to say this, guys. There's no way that I'm gonna be able to answer everybody's question on stream. That's impossible, chat, because you know you can't just sit here and answer questions all day. But I definitely try to answer as many as I can. So don't take it personal, man. PW bans people for, yeah. Hey, you're gonna find out next week, right? Because good luck on that. You think right? If you think that PW is gonna repeat and it's not that it's like I said, guys. Nobody's trying to. You got to be realistic, chat. All right, I try to answer as many as I can on a daily basis. I answer a lot of questions every day, chat. So. D, how'd your workout? I'm getting ready. Don't you worry. I had the scenic workout yesterday on the beach, guys, in the afternoon. So left the stream and headed to the beach. I didn't have my daughter yesterday. Big Brawly Man. That's a crazy username. And you're gonna get a 10-second timeout there, sir. You're saying D-Money looks handsome today. So your username alone deserves a 10-second timeout. So Big Brawly Man, you're getting a timeout here, sir. That definitely qualifies for a timeout, that username alone. So there you go. There's your 10-second timeout. Oh, man, you got to love it, guys. Who names themselves Big Brawly Man? That definitely deserves a 10-second timeout. But then you added handsome to it, referring to D-Money. No, sir. Cray with Lil Ray Ray. Yeah, this is about that time when getting closer to lunch and people get even more, I don't know if they're like I said, typically it's when we have some pretty good trades, chat. People are agreeing and they start to feel like they could say what's been on their mind for quite some time, apparently. So you gotta love it. Chat moving faster than the market. Yeah. So somebody said, why the 200 EMA? The 200 EMA, guys, is a very popular. That's probably. I'll be honest. It's one of the most popular EMAs out there for institutions and all of that stuff, guys. If you kind of do some research. So, and it's a pretty good trend indicator. So if you notice today at the beginning of the stream, and I said this yesterday as well. So we actually have a bearish cross of the 14 and 200. You rarely see that, guys, on the daily chart. This is a daily chart. Notice how we got a bearish cross. That tells you that there's a lot of bearish momentum in the market and that the trend is to the downside. You rarely see that on a daily chart, guys, where we're below the 14 and the 200, right, as a cross, right? And obviously we're below the 50 in this case. But that's why I use the 200, guys, because when price, and look where the 200 is right now on the 5-minute chart. It's sitting at 23,950, chat. Right? So we are well below the 200 EMA. So the high, currently if you're looking for like a tap of it, 23,000 like 730 area, right? So that's a great trend indicator, the 200 EMA. Because a lot of institutions use that, guys. So, like I said, do some research and you'll kind of find that out. So that's why I have that on the chart. Alex, you're so nice. D-Money, bless your heart. Hey, I appreciate the kind words. Guys, I'm just being myself, to be honest. I'm just being me. Right, I can't be anybody else. So, I'm going to be myself, chat. good or bad, right? Some people like that, some people don't like it. You have a preference, you know, that's fine, right? That's, you know, that's just what it is. Just got to be myself, though. Do you think it's going to reverse? I mean, it could, but you would have to start seeing, so that the thought process still remains, chat, right? For pretty good momentum to kind of step into the market, you need to see this low get taken out. You need to get below 23,440. Because other than that, we're just kind of, we could just be kind of ranging here for a little bit. So it's clear to see when you map it out on the chart, right? If you want to map it out this way, that's fine. You want to map out from the high that was just put in up there, you can do that. And that low down here needs to get broken for more momentum, so to the downside. So remains to be seen if that happens. Somebody stated that Trump is speaking at 12:30, chat. So maybe that's gonna be a catalyst to get the push down. Who knows? Who knows? Not sure. D, your hair looking fresh. I'm not gonna lie, man. I guys, it's been like what, 10 days? I gotta get another haircut, chat. You got Ginger laughing at me over here, but yeah, typically go 12 to 14 every 12 to 14 days, chat. So. Oh man. D trying to see what's up with DJ Riri. The printing press. I have not shot my shot at DJ Riri. I have not shot my shot. But looks like DJ Riri's in the chat and she's a local. So you gotta love it. Any thoughts on using volume profile? Yeah, I'm not opposed to any indicator, chat. I got to make that clear. I don't want you guys to think. So I'm not that streamer that's gonna tell you that something doesn't work. I just know myself as a trader. I'm starting, when you trade for 10 years, you got a pretty good idea of what triggers you in the market and what could kind of get you to go on tilt or start the revenge trade, whatever you want to call it. So I made the mistake of I had so many indicators. I was maxed out on indicators on TradingView, guys. You couldn't even see my chart. I had to start like trying to change colors of stuff and all that to be able to see some of the indicators and see the chart. I had volume profile, I had VWAP, I had all that stuff, guys. And what I was doing personally is I was just, and that's on me, nobody else, right? So I would literally be like, oh, there's a lot of volume down here. We got to bounce from this area. And guess what, guys? We didn't bounce, right? And I would just hit buy. If I saw like a crazy amount of orders and we got to a level, maybe on a retracement, I would just hit, time to get long. And I would get long. And obviously that's not how you use it. But I was putting too much emphasis on the indicator and not letting momentum guide me in the market, right? Not letting large candles like this that's over 100 points guide me for longs, right? I was basically just looking at certain things on a chart. And now does it work sometimes where you're just, let me buy out the view? Absolutely, right? Absolutely it does. But you also have to look at price action, right? That's always going to be your best indicator. So that just kind of gives you the reason why I kind of clean up my charts, and I tend to use just the 3 EMAs and price action. So that's it. You think we bounce off the bottom and get long? We could. Like I said, I mean, I wouldn't be looking for shorts myself unless we break below 23,440, right? That's kind of like, this could be just simply a higher low setup and we bounce right back up, right? Like, who knows? So you're getting ready for Trump. Somebody said Trump is coming on in a few, so that could be, you know, like I said, that could be a catalyst. Who knows? I mean, because the thing with Trump, chat, is that even though it's a scheduled talk about a topic, we all know that he loves to go off topic, right? He loves to, you know, so if something's, make no mistake about it, if something's on his mind about Iran or whatever it is, right, he's gonna talk about it, chat. So that could right, and then all of a sudden the market has a reaction in either direction because of that. So I mean, it's only 12:24. You got plenty of time for the market to be open. And anything's possible. Maybe he will talk about shower heads today. Sleepy Mocha. Bro, have you seen these random candlesticks when he speaks right after the market or before? Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be aware of that. You got to be aware that he's apparently getting ready to speak. Somebody said at 12:30. I saw he also has a speech, say, at 5:30. Where is he speaking at, chat? Where is he, like, what channel is he speaking on? Miss Bulls versus Bears. I like that username. DMONEY, my daughter just asked if I had a crush on you because she sees you on my screen every day. Let's go. Well, do you? That's the question. I guess that's the question, Miss Bulls versus Bears. We're trying to find out. We don't know. We're gonna find out. We got DJ Riri right below you. She said she's in Jacksonville, ready to go back home soon to Broward, the 954.
Uh-oh.
You gotta love it. Oh man, you gotta love it. Oh man. So yeah, nothing to write home about here, chat, at the moment, right? We're just kind of hanging out back inside the range. Will we break it? That remains to be seen. Got to be patient and find out. Oh man, you gotta love the chat. Chat's undefeated. Jerome is in Baja. Oh, guys. You gotta be kidding me. Who's that? Whose page is that? BW's page? You gotta be kidding me, guys. I'm gonna yeah, pull it up. You gotta be kidding me, chat. We got a Jerome sighting. You're gonna love this, chat. Never stops with this guy. Oh man, just when I thought we were gonna have a chill Friday, we're gonna pull up PW's page. Guys. So PW put Jerome stole his truck in Baja. So you got Jerome. I guess he stole PW's truck, guys. So this is cray cray with little Ray Ray. So somehow Jerome is in. He's been spotted in Mexico, chat. he stole PW's truck. Oh man, you gotta love it. Cray cray with Lil Ray Ray. Just when you thought it was gonna be a how does this keep happening, chat? How like that's what I need to know. It's unbelievable. So, yeah, hopefully he gets arrested, chat. And that'll be the end of that. But, yeah, so apparently, now, you know what's interesting here, chat, is that, okay, he stole PW's truck. You would think that he would allow me to get Jerome trespass from the BDH, but somehow he keeps letting him come back to the BDH, chat. So the next time PW's on stream, do me a solid with the hashtag ban Jerome, because and that afro looks very well picked out, guys. You see how there's a lot of puffiness in that afro there, so he definitely wanted to look good for the picture. And who's this guy smiling about it? Some guy's laughing that he stole me. Maybe Jerome slid him a 20 and he gave him the key. You gotta love it. Oh man. Cray cray with Lil Ray Ray. I know, yeah, I know the side view mirror. I see it. I see his reflection in the side. I see the afro. I see it. Oh man, somebody said that's corn dog sim dealer. Oh my goodness, this is cray cray with Lil Ray Ray. That's not Jerome, that's a Puerto Rican afro. Apparently that's an afro that's very well moisturized with some juice and berries, because he said that's what he uses to keep it copacetic. But hey, who am I to knock him, chat? It is what it is. So price at the moment, we are hanging out inside of this range. 14 EMA sitting at 23,513. Is this a lower high and we're gonna get a bullish reversal, or are we gonna lose this area to the downside, guys? Remains to be seen. All right, coming soon to a chart near you. You got Trump. Apparently, somebody said he's getting ready to speak. Have we verified that, chat, that Trump is speaking here at 12:30? I do see the news release for him to be on at 5:30 today. So I don't see anything about 12:30. Not saying that you're lying, because yesterday, obviously, that cabinet meeting was going on. So. Yeah, he's going to speak to farmers. All right, so let me see if I can kind of pull that up. Yeah, so I mean, you can kind of pull that up, guys. We're gonna be calling it here for lunch. It's Friday. Got to run a few errands today myself, actually, on lunch break, but it's going to be lunchtime here. Never fear, though. We're going to be back at 2 o'clock. Don't you worry. We'll be back at 2. Don't know what that's going to result in on a Friday, right? Hopefully some decent price action. But who knows? Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Ginger's saying hopefully he'll be done. Hopefully, chat. We don't know. We know that it could go either way. If you get Trump fired up, he could very well be speaking when we get back from lunch. So we've seen that occur. So that previous 30-minute candle was bearish, chat, right? Super bearish. So is that enough to kind of flush us lower, put in new lows, or are we going to get a rebound back to the upside? Remains to be seen, but if you haven't already, do me a solid, guys. Hit the like button. We're wrapping up here, getting ready for lunch. Be back at 2 o'clock. Make no mistake about it. Somebody saying they had a rough day. Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. All you can do is brush it off, guys. A bad trading day doesn't, you can't let it define you, right? Everybody has off days. Some days are just better than others. But you got to keep pushing. That's it. Trump is about to come out. Yeah, well, I want no parts of that. So I would say, like I said, look out for, if we can break these lows or not, guys. I think that's the determination for lower lows. If we can't, then could be headed back towards the top of the range. But I won't be sticking around for that. Make no mistake about it. Not sure if you want Jerome. Oh, man. Jerome is always single, guys, because he has like 8 or 9 baby mamas. So we're going to call it here, chat. Going to grab some lunch, run a few errands. I'll be back 2 o'clock. Don't you worry. On the way out, do me a solid, guys. Hit the like button if you're not subscribed to the channel. You know what to do. Pretty good session, right? Can't complain. Was able to capitalize on these moves today pretty well. So pretty happy with the performance, guys. This afternoon, we'll be back. We'll see if I can catch anything else going into the weekend. So let's see if we hit 2,500 likes. We're at 2,400 likes, guys. Let's see if we can get to 2,600 likes, 2,700 likes on the morning show. Do me a solid on the way out if you haven't already. Drop the like if you're not subscribed to the channel. You know what to do. As we get closer to the bottom of that range, keep an eye out, guys, for that low down there at 440. We lose that, look out, downtown Julie Brown possibility. So that's it, guys. I'll be back. We gone.